When you walk, what you say? When you talk, when you go, when you walk, what you say? When you talk.
Do what you do, say what you say, realize that you're proud to be a Grenadian. Good morning, Grenada. Good morning, Caribbean. Good morning to the world. 7 o'clock it is. Good morning to you. Let us reverence before God and pray. Good morning. Let us pray.
Good morning to you, Mr. Donald, and good morning to Grenada, Carrico, and Petit Martinique. Father, this morning, let us give the Father thanks this morning because He's a God. We owe Him so much. Father, I give you thanks this morning. I come before thee, O God, Father, this hour of prayer. I come not by myself, O God, Master. I come with Grenada, Carrico, and Petit Martinique and the rest of the region. My Lord, my God, I come, O God, Master, boldly to your throne of grace. At this time, O God, Master, let us find favor in your sight and grant us our petition. You are the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac and Jacob, the God in whom I trust. You say your word of God is a lamp unto our feet and a light unto our path. The word of God have power. So I come boldly, O God, at the altar of grace to obtain favor and mercy. Help us in the hour of our need, O God, in the name of Jesus. Let us walk, let us put up our banner, O God, Father, and grant us our petition. Let us walk with you by faith and not by sight, because we believe in God, a God of mercy and a God of truth, a God who could help us at this time, at this hour. We call upon His holy name because so much things is happening to us in this land. Almighty God, the rest of the world, the whole world is in trouble. It's in trouble, oh God. The evil one holds us by the neck, oh God. But my God, we call upon the all-powerful God to bring it down, oh God, in the name of Jesus. He is the God of war, a God that never loses a battle yet, because the battle is His and the victory will be ours, because we'll be going down in prayer and make supplication for God to help us at this hour of our need. Master, I call upon you this morning, oh God, because you know our aim and our determination. You know everything about us, oh God. Jesus, the crucified one, the one who always helps us, oh God, the one who never turns it back on us. He says, my people shall call by His name. Oh God, humble ourselves and pray and seek His face and turn from the wicked ways. He will hear us and He help us from heaven. He will heal our land. Oh Master, our land needs healing. Bless the land, oh God, for us, oh God. Bless every child, mother, and father. Bless them, oh God, because you know what is happening, oh God, Father. But we can do nothing. We are weak, Master. We made out of flesh and blood. But to bring all our trouble to you, oh God, Father. We come to thee, oh God, Father, to help us, oh God, Master. Rebuke the coronavirus, oh God. Rebuke it in the name of Jesus and cover us with the blood of Jesus. Send it back to the bottomless pit of the sea. Let us take back our authority from Satan, because we come before the throne of grace with a fear and trembling, because we know our God is merciful indeed. Jesus, pass by us, oh God, Father, and help us. Remember the little ones, oh God, Father. Put your word in the heart, oh God. Let them remember Jesus. The parents will teach them how to pray, so your word will be registered into the heart. Help them, oh God, Master. Protect them, little ones, oh God, Father. These are the nation children, the future generation. Oh God, Father, bind them all together like one bundle of stick that cannot be broken. Help them, oh God, Master. Let them walk, oh God, Father. And if they get out of way and doing the things that is wrong, take them back, oh God, Father. These are your children. These are the children who come from the stock of Abraham. Hold them and bind them together and let them know that there is a God, the one who crucified His Son for us, oh God. Oh, Master, bless them all together. because Jesus loved the little children. My Lord, my God. Father, this morning, oh God, Jesus, pass by the hospital. Help them, oh God, Master. I pray to you, oh God, Father, that you will be able to help us in a mighty way and bless us, oh God, Father. Remember the patients who cried out to you, God, Master. They cried out because, oh God, they're in pain and suffering. When the pain rocked their mortal body, who can they reach out to? They reach out to the Father. They call upon his mighty name because his name is worthy to be praised. Father, this morning, not forgetting our farmers and fishermen, we give you thanks, oh God. We thank you, oh God, for them. We thank you for all the nation, all those who helping one another, all those who remembering their neighbors. Almighty God, all those who go and knock their neighbors' door because they have a sick in the house. Oh, bless them all together. Bless the fishermen. Bless the farmers. Oh God, so we thank you for the rain. We thank you for the sunshine that follows the coolness of the morning. My Lord, my God, you tell us everything that have breath shall rise and praise the name of the Lord. So we rise up, Master. We rise up because you put us standing on our feet. So we come to bow before the throne of grace and we tell you thank you. Father, nurses, remember each and every one. Remember the police officer. Remember them. Remember our minister. Oh, great, oh God, Father. Help him, oh God, Father. Strengthen him on all bending side. Where he's weak, make him strong. And where he's strong, make him stronger still. Help them all, Father. Remember Mr. Andrew Donald at this time, oh God, Father. Pass by him this morning. Remember the radio station. Bless the radio station that the equipment shall never fail yet. In the name of Jesus. And we give you thanks. Thank you, Lord. Thank you for everything that is done. Thank you for this beautiful morning. Father, you taught me to say whenever we pray, we must say, our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come. Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from all evil. For thy is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. And we say amen, amen, and amen. Praise the Lord. God bless you.
Amen. Good morning. How you doing?
How are you?
I'm okay.
How you having a nice day? We get some rain. So we shine. You lot is good people. All you get, so you shine.
Oh, you got rain this morning or last night?
Maybe last night. I never heard it. So but when I get up, the everywhere is wet.
You didn't hear it, Matheson? You're tired.
Very, very tired. But you know what it's like? As God said, out of the sweat of brow we shall eat bread. So we have to walk.
Oh, you been planting?
Plant? Oh God, I can't bend down. Jeff done that. He done well. He don't normally do, but he did it twice now. So God is good. You know, some people love animals, some people love the land.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So everything, everything with you okay? And the family and with him, are they all right?
Everybody here is okay, as far as I know, and I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right.
Yes, sometimes you up, sometimes you down. But God is good. God is the healer. He will heal you. He'll give you fresh courage every morning because you know you have a wonderful job ahead in front of you. You know you're informing the nation, and we all depend on you. When you're up, oh God, everybody feel good because that's the beginning of the day. And you reason we get up, we pray, and then you put your radio come on. Oh God, we left from on. Then everybody's all right. That's the beginning of the day for us.
Thank you.
God bless
Thank you.
God bless you, and I hope your mother make a wonderful son. God bless you, mother.
Before you go, how the Mills family coping with their loss? How they coping?
I don't know. I give them a little time, but I will call.
Oh, you haven't made contact yet?
Yes. Well, I spoke the Curtis know me very well, but the sister know Jeff very well.
Okay.
That's the trouble. And Curtis cannot answer me. And the sister, she will speak to me as a stranger because she doesn't really know me. I've been there a few times, but I only saw her once. But Jeff know her very well. Yeah? So, to each their own.
Yeah.
So, God bless you.
Take care,
Have a beautiful day.
You too.
You and the family of Real FM.
Thanks.
God bless you, Brendan. Have a wonderful day.
Have a wonderful one too. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Take care. Good weekend. Bye-bye.
You too. Good morning, Grenada. Caribbean. Veron, Stone Road. What's happening, girl?
You gotta be careful, careful. The cleanliness in life is gone. It's only vice and corruption that's going on. Staying alive, trying to survive, that is how it is today. So as you go along your way, you got to be careful. You got to be careful. Where you go when you're walking, what you say when you're talking, you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful, careful.
Extremely careful you've got to be. Oh, I thought I had the phone ring. I thought I had drumsticks there, but looks like no. What am I thinking that? Pearline. What's up, girlfriend? How you doing? Yeah. You know, I'll tell you something, yeah? When I come here in the morning, most of the mornings, because there's some mornings I come here and I feel like crap. Yeah. But most mornings when I come here, I do everything. And whenever I start to play that song, I just feel different. And I feel so connected to you. Let me stop talking. Let me talk to drumsticks. Drums, good morning. Hello? Hello?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good.
Tell me.
Good morning to you. Good morning to the nation. A reading from the Word of God, Psalm 28. Unto thee will I cry, O Lord, my rock. Be not silent to me. Lest if thou be silent to me, I became like them that go down into the pit. Hear the voice of my supplication when I cry unto thee, when I lift up my hands towards the holy altar. Draw me not away with the wicked and with the works of iniquity, which speak peace to the neighbors, but mischief in their hearts. This is the end of the scripture reading.
Thank you, my dear. And how are you this morning?
I'm good, I'm great.
How are the girls?
You all right?
So Grenville today, or today's Friday, you know, Joms?
Yeah, today Friday. But I wasn't going for the whole week already, you know. Monday, I was in Grenville.
Joms, you're getting up?
Tuesday, I went to funeral in that place up there.
Munich?
In Munich, yeah. Wednesday, I was in Grenville. Thursday, I was in Grenville. Yesterday, and I'm going to there again.
Well. You're gonna get your load of drumsticks?
Yes, I'm gonna get me drumstick and whatever. Whatever I don't have here.
Yes. I know. You gotta do what you gotta do, my dear.
Yes, of course. You have to do what you have to do.
You gotta do what you gotta do. Yes, I did.
Well, today's Friday. You have a nice weekend and
you too, my dear.
Have a wonderful day.
And don't forget, you like cricket?
Yes, I was listening.
Right. So we got cricket today.
Oh,
It starts today. The second test match with West Indies versus Pakistan being played at Sabina Park in Jamaica. That starts today. It starts at around 11 o'clock, but our commentary should begin around about 5 minutes to 11 around there.
Even so, if I'm not here, when I'm going to sit down right in Chabico and I'm watching it.
Yeah. What is happening? You like the big TV in Calico? Like you got to buy one for your home, Joe?
Yeah. Hey, who tell you I don't have a big TV in the house now?
Well, you might have to buy one and put one downstairs.
I hear you.
All right, girl. Take care.
Hey, okay then.
Wonderful one now. Bye-bye. 16 minutes after the hour. Today, we got the extension today. I spoke to the guy last night.
You got to leave a little room for loneliness. More things could happen all of a sudden before you realize it's only a disguise. You got to be careful.
Green's Concept introduces the latest innovation in air conditioning technology in Grenada, providing the most energy efficient, environmentally friendly air conditioning units in Grenada. Using a natural refrigerant, all air conditioning unit systems are up to 40% more energy efficient than the current units used in the Grenadian market. Powerful cooling while using less electricity and very inexpensive. That means more money in your pocket. We offer free delivery to all locations of installation and installed by top quality trained professional engineers with over 20 years experience in the business. Contact Green's Concept 417-5460 or 442-1663. Email greensconcept@gmail.com. At Green's Concept, we cool you and the planet.
Green's Concepts announces special prices on 18,000 and 24,000 BTU units. You have been saving on power, now save on prices. Call us today.
Ozone really gets it clean. Get with the Ozone family line of products. Ozone liquid laundry detergent, perfect for your semi or fully automatic washing machines, yet suitable for your hand wash, soft on your hands. Ozone disinfectant cleaner. It's the most powerful disinfectant and cleaner with a long-lasting fresh scent. Tackles every job around the house or office. Ozone detergent powder and ultra soft fabric softener gets your clothes clean with a natural freshness. Keeps your colors bright. Choose from the wonderful scents: soft flower, ocean breeze, and the new aloe vera. Keep your kitchen sparkling clean with the Ozone dishwashing liquid, Ozone sponges, and cleaning cloth. Ozone toilet bowl cleaner removes lime scale and kills germs while giving your toilet a refreshing scent. Ozone really gets it clean. Marketed and distributed by Calico, Frequente St. George's, and are available at shops and supermarkets nationwide.
Who wants to save 30%? Everybody! Now more than ever, Flow understands the need to make your dollar stretch. Our new bundles can help you save 30% off your current bill. Plus, get a free speed upgrade on your in-home internet. Simply add your mobile to your current home services account and save 30%. It's easy. Sign up now and save. All on the most reliable fixed and mobile network on island. Visit a Flow store or call us at 1-800-804-2994 for more information. Flow, it only gets better. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey, I am Corporal 85 Grant, attached to CRD Eastern Division, reminding you that incest and all other sexual violence is a crime.
I say no make them take advantage of you.
Where you walk, what you say, when you talk, where you go, where you walk, what you say, when you talk.
hungry world out there, with everybody scrambling to get a share. Wolves in sheep clothing, birds of prey waiting to swoop down on you, and there's no telling what they'll do. You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful. Where you go when you're walking, what you say when you're talking. You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful, careful. We have to prepare to meet the challenges of life without fear. Greed and jealousy, hatred and envy, man, you have to move with care in that jungle out there. You got to be careful. You got to be careful.
Smooth it is in the morning time on Real 91.9 FM at 22 minutes after the 7 o'clock hour. Haven't heard from her for a long time here. It's been a long time we haven't made that contact. You know, they work shift down there at the Met Office. And this morning, happy am I to say good morning to Cecile. Good morning, Miss Mitchell.
Good morning to you, Andre, and good morning to all the listeners of Real FM. It's great to be back with you this morning.
Nice to have you.
Thank you. So let's get right into a glance at the tropics. Currently, there are two tropical storms in the eastern Atlantic. Tropical storms Grace and Henry are both expected to intensify within the coming days. Hello?
I'm here.
Okay, so proceed?
Sure.
Okay. All right, so let's take that again. There are two tropical storms in the eastern Atlantic. That's tropical storms Grace and Henry. Both are expected to intensify within the coming days and pose no threat to the state of Grenada. There are also two tropical waves in the eastern Atlantic. One is showing signs of development and has a 20% chance of development within the next 5 days. The wave in closest proximity to the island chain is about 1,142 miles east of Grenada and should traverse our shores within the next 2 to 3 days. Our forecast today will be driven by residual moisture behind the axis of a wave and some weak, relatively unstable pulses that will support patchy low-level clouds and brief light showers. Currently at the Morris Bishop International Airport, it is fair and there are showers in the vicinity. The surface winds are calm. The barometric pressure reads 1010.6 millibars. That's below normal and rising. The current temperature is 27.1 degrees Celsius and the relative humidity stands at 92%. Yesterday, the maximum temperature was 30.8 degrees Celsius and overnight the minimum was 25.4 degrees Celsius. During the past 24 hours, 1.6 millimeters of rainfall was received here at the airport, and this brings the total for the month to 47.1 millimeters. Here now is the public forecast, and that's valid for today and tonight for the state of Grenada. Weather conditions are expected to be partly cloudy with brief light to moderate isolated showers mixed with some fair spells. Maximum temperature 31.0 degrees Celsius. Winds easterly to east-southeasterly at 10 to 20 miles per hour, becoming variable to calm at times. Seas light to moderate, waves 3 to 5 feet in open water. Tides will be low at 8 a.m. and the next high at 3:15 p.m. Sunset 6:26 and sunrise 5:57. Just to recap the public forecast, and that's valid for today and tonight for the state of Grenada. Weather conditions are expected to be partly cloudy with brief, light to moderate isolated showers mixed with some fair spells. From the forecast desk at the Morris Bishop International Airport, I am Cecile. Have a lovely Friday and a great weekend.
I will most definitely have a wonderful weekend. Haven't not heard you for a long time. I'm hopping and skipping and doing everything wrong this morning. See how nervous I can get?
Yes, I noticed.
So how you doing? How's the airport, girl?
The airport is fine, buzzing with traffic and lots of development, so that's good.
The planes that are touching down, based on your knowledge, they're touching down filled? Or with good capacity?
I would say with good capacity.
A good capacity, right.
Yes.
All right. And how about inter-island travel? Are we seeing a lot of that?
Well, from where I am, I'm not outside that much, but I would say it's picking up. It's relative.
It's relative, okay.
Yeah.
Do you feel, when you're down there, you maybe not paying attention, like looking, but you're down there and you would be observing things from time to time in passing and whatever. Do you feel safe? And that's a big question. Do you feel safe working at the airport, knowing all the challenges? Do you feel safe?
Yes, I feel safe. I'm taking all the necessary precautions on my end, and the airport has taken precautions as well. So the onus is on each individual to do their part, and that's the most you can do. Do your part, pray up yourself, right? Can't forget that.
Do what you got to do. But, I mean, it's important when workers feel safe, because if you don't feel safe, then you can't work.
Right. Yeah.
And then you have added responsibility. You've got mom, you've got your son, so you have added responsibility to be safe.
Correct.
But I'm liking this, hearing from you that you feel safe and you feel comfortable at work. That's great.
Yes, I do.
Anyway, girlfriend, take care of yourself. Have a wonderful day. Don't do what I wouldn't do. Have a blessed weekend and enjoy. Are you going to church tomorrow?
Definitely.
Well, enjoy church, girl.
I will.
Okay, then. Bye-bye.
Take care.
All right, then. Okay. Great. Bye-bye. It's real. It's 91.9, 91.5, www.therealfmgrenada.com. Coming up in a couple of ticks, should be in about 2 minutes' time. We should be hearing from the folks at the National Water and Sewage Authority. Who's traveling today? Are you going anywhere today? Oh, my friend is here. I wonder if I can get him. We're having some problems with the mic, with the cameras yesterday. And cameras don't do well with cameras don't do well with caps. But yeah, you wear your cap. They know who you are. But a lady, somebody sent me a WhatsApp call, Keaton, right? Saying good morning. And so I saw that they had changed their profile picture, right? Man, look at those earrings, some blue earrings and blue shoes. We papi, Carl Keaton. That picture they go win a prize with that picture. What do you think?
Man, yeah.
They get through.
Gorgeous.
I ain't know what gorgeous, but I just say they get through. The blue earrings, it look like feathers. Maybe feathers when you paint. Oh gosh. I could die for that statement. I could die. But it's good. It's not nice, lovely picture. Lovely picture like that. Blue shoes, blue earrings, and it's a colorful dress with some, how would you say, tinges of blue within it? Yeah. Wow. Look at me. I could describe Queen Show. Man, you're in people balling out for camera and everything like that. Well, yeah, you won't get camera, but the thing about it is that I've been trying ever since I got in here. You can see me, but I'm not too sure you can see Keaton as yet You see, yeah, those, I don't know what's wrong, man. I need to knock them up something. But those cameras been giving trouble since yesterday. Again, they started to give trouble.
So you got them sorted yesterday?
No, I tried and tried and tried, and I wasn't able to get it sorted. Ever since, well, Simon Steele, we didn't have a camera. It was his camera problems. But this one here, oh no, it's just like it's. Let me restart the whole thing again, and see what gives. Yeah, we're working on the cameras. Don't feel like we're working on cameras. People don't. Oh, they only bought in cameras, please cameras. Like they feel like it's Paramount Studios in how do you call it, place in LA. You know what? Before I get myself into trouble, let me go and play Waterwise. Yeah. Good morning, Grenada. Good morning, Caribbean.
Customer services, bill payment, revenue collections. We are open. NOASA's Lucas Street headquarters. Come, we are excited to serve you. NOASA, committed to meeting customers' needs.
Good morning, listeners, and welcome to Waterwise, a production of the National Water and Sewerage Authority, NOASA. I am Wendy Chateau. On our last program, we began sharing with you a conversation between Communications Supervisor Ms. Jamila Lewis and the host of the Good News Catholic Communications program, Tete-a-Tete. This morning, we continue where we left off, with Ms. Lewis speaking to the strides made by NOASA over the years.
You know, I remember recently Mr. Husbands was doing an address when we were officially commissioning our new corporate headquarters in Lucas Street. You know, and he spoke to the times when you had to ring a bell if there was water going. Now we have the mediums at which we can reach our customers. He spoke of the times, you know, when workers were crammed behind one truck to get to work. Now we have multiple fleets of vehicles available. We speak of the times when in some communities there were no water for weeks. Our aim is to have minimal interruption as much as possible. The max we try to say we have a customer without water is 3 days, depending on the nature of the restoration effort. When we look at NOASA, and I can tell you from when I came in NOASA on the 3rd of February 2003 to where I am 18 years later, I can see the growth of where NOASA is. We have built new treatment plant. We have touched communities that have never had water for years. Our aim, we look at Carriacou Martinique. Carriacou Martinique solely depended on rainwater. We have tried with an investment, millions of dollars for a desalination plant. So when I look at NOASA, from where NOASA was and where NOASA is today and when NOASA in the future, where I believe that we are going to go, I can say that we will be able to achieve, in some part, our vision of being a primary utility and our mission of providing consumers with adequate, safe, and reliable water supply.
You are under the ministry on the public utilities. How is that, and your relation with other stakeholders and other organizations?
All right, so NOASA is a statutory body. So basically, we report to the government of Grenada. So NOASA just can get up and just decide we could do anything today. No, every decision that NOASA makes operationally, we need to get the guidance and support of the government of Grenada through the Ministry of Public Utilities. Our direct line minister is Senator the Honorable Nolan Cox, and we are very grateful for his input and his vision that he has and he sees for NOASA. NOASA, as a statutory body, of course, we are governed through a board of directors, and the board of directors represent various sectors of the government. So, for example, we have a representative from the Ministry of Agriculture, we have someone from the Ministry of Public Utilities, we also have someone representing Carriacou and Petit Martinique. So we have, various sectors.
Ministry of Health?
Yes, we have Ministry of Health. So we have Ms. Cavell Frederick, she represents the Ministry of Health. So we have, of the sectors are basically widespread, because we say NOASA is a statutory body. So in terms of collaboration, we collaborate, throughout all the stakeholders within the government of Grenada.
Communications Supervisor Ms. Jamila Lewis. We also take the opportunity again this morning to remind you of the wonderful opportunity being given by NOASA for customers to be awarded water credit, and this is being done in celebration of our 30th anniversary of service to Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. Members of the public, you are encouraged to nominate someone that you believe is deserving of receiving water credit. Individuals may also nominate themselves to qualify. Non-government organizations can submit the names of individuals under their support program. Entry forms are available at any of NWASA's cash offices, main office, Lucas Street, the Carenage, Grenville, and Grove sub-offices, or from NWASA social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, as well as our website, www.nawasa.gd. Forms must include the full name, contact number, or email where available, detailed location, and a reason why that individual should benefit for a submission to be deemed complete. Of course, for final selection, NWASA will investigate beneficiaries' eligibility through a thorough investigation process, following which winners will be notified. So please nominate someone you believe deserves this wonderful opportunity on or before August 27th, 2021. And of course, that's next Friday. So please nominate someone who you believe deserves this wonderful opportunity on or before August 27th. And of course, that's next Friday. That's our time with you this morning. Until next time, I am Wendy Chateau on behalf of the entire team at NWASA, thanking you for tuning in and wishing you a fantastic day. If you haven't already done so, then go follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and subscribe to our YouTube channel to stay connected.
Customer services, bill payment, revenue collections. We are open. NWASA's Lucas Street headquarters. Come, we are excited to serve you. NWASA, committed to meeting customers' needs.
I'm Ken Roy Batiste, resident host of Celebrate Grenada Live, inviting you to join me this and every Saturday from 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern Caribbean Time on Real 91.9 and 91.5 FM, simultaneously on drealfmgrenada.com. Celebrate Grenada Live, a melting pot of almost all things Grenadian, spotlighting our island paradise. Email celebrategrenadalive@gmail.com. Thank you, and we'll be live soon.
When you think of Grenville Cooperative Credit Union, what comes to mind? A reliable financial institution that has stood the test of time. Maybe you think about the convenience and quality financial service they provide. Do you think about their readiness to help you retire, achieve your academic goals, build your dream home, buy the piece of land, or the elegant car? Or maybe the convenience of their different locations, Jubilee Street in Grenville, or the new outlet on Lucas Street in St. George's in the Derek Sylvester building. Maybe you always consider how they're always a phone call away, 442-8602 or 438-4228. They're also online, www.grenvillecreditunion.com. No matter what comes to mind, remember, Grenville Cooperative Credit Union is the best place to save and to borrow, working with you to make your brighter tomorrow.
There comes a time in every household when a loved one passes on, and we all need the support and guidance of a trusted friend. Lacroix Brothers Funeral Home has been your dedicated friend. And now, for your convenience and added financial ease, we introduce specially designed complete funeral packages from as low as $5,500. Same professional quality services, but now greater choices at the lowest possible prices. As you prepare to enter your loved one into eternal rest, visit Lacroix Brothers Funeral Home and select a package that brings added comfort to the entire family. Conditions apply. Serving you from locations in St. George's, Grenville, and Carriacou. Call us at 440-2302 any time of day. Lacroix Brothers Funeral Home, continuing a tradition of excellence.
M&M Hardware Limited, Hope St. Andrew and Dusty Highway, St. George. Shop conveniently for all your building materials, including plumbing, electrical, lumber, cement, steel, and much more. We manufacture roofing sheets available in 11 colors, aluminum windows, doors, insect screens, and hurricane shutters. Installation services are available for all our manufactured products. Our opening hours are Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., Saturdays, 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. M&N Hardware Limited. Come on in and experience our affordable prices. Or call us 444-6757 or 440-6757 Dusty Highway. Email us at info@mahonhardware.com or mnmdusty@mahonhardware.com. M&N Hardware, foundation to roof. Let's build together.
The first word when you speak about furniture is classic. Yes, at Classic Furniture, they design and make the best in local furniture. All their products are made from the finest local wood available on island. You think it, they design it and make it to your expectations. The highest standards at the best possible price, and they also provide higher purchase for you, their valued customers. Located on Ben Jones Street in Grenville, with their factory at Chantemelle in St. Patrick. That's where you need to visit when looking for products made of the finest local wood. They deliver and install items at no extra cost. Your satisfaction is their mission. The extra step is taken to ensure their customers are completely satisfied. They do doors and finished kitchens, supplies mattresses, and restores antique pieces to look like the first day they were made. Hey, give us a call on 442-4645 and 442-9726. Classic Furniture, Grenada's homegrown furniture producers.
So you probably would have seen a lot of antics and everything. That was me trying to talk to Carl Caton. So what's somebody asking me where I get this stupid little cup. What I have? Why you in do so and then change the parry? You understand, Carl?
Yeah, bring something bigger and nicer.
Well, whether you bring or you don't bring, but I mean, cause me to have a different thing. You see, that's what I have, eh? Yeah, you can stay there and ball all how you want to ball. Let me say good morning to my good friend Barthy Atlanta. Barthy, how you doing? Watch, let me tell you something, Bridget. That idea you gave me there of that program, Carl Caton and Stanley, as in Stanley Charles, I think that's a wonderful idea. So we have to do so, and I have to do so and have that one. That's one. Two, you and I are supposed to link up. The same day we're supposed to link up, by the way, I see you driving into Tesla. Stop that. I have parking behind the building. It's available. You could do so. Pull in, park up. Come and check your brethren. Have a little bit of air condition here. And we can sit down and have a little chat. I ain't understanding you at all. You're not my friend. If you continue to behave like that, Barthway, you're definitely not my friend. Rondalyn, good morning to you. How are you doing? Here's so Rondalyn's the one who has the feather earrings.
Okay.
The blue shoes.
And the tinge of blue?
And the tinge of blue in the clothing. Yeah. Tinge of blue in the clothing. Blue shoes. And she has some little thing, like when you have an anklet and those little fake diamond things that be hanging on, fake crystal things here. I ain't say the shoes are fake. I did not say that. I'm just saying that is what it look like. Anyway, big guy, how you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Morning.
Let me see if I can. I've been struggling to get a picture of you up.
When?
But I have it up now.
Okay.
I have a picture of you up, and you're looking smart this morning. You had a haircut yesterday or something?
Nah.
Oh, okay. So smile for the ladies.
But you need a haircut too, man.
Yeah, badly. I need a haircut. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna take it down right down.
Yeah, man.
And I
the guy in River Sally made you look nice the other day, man. The barber in Sally.
Who's that?
Colin.
Colin?
Morning, Colin.
Yeah, Colin. There are two barbers I use in St. Patrick.
Okay.
Colin and Floyd. I haven't been by Floyd for a while. But they're both good.
Yeah.
They're both good. Who's the best between the both? I don't know. They're just both super talented.
You're so lucky to have two good barbers.
Yeah, but there's another barber in same. Okay. Let me put it this way.
You spoiled for choices.
Yeah, you have Cullen, you have Floyd. Floyd is one in Montrose, close to the pasture by Montrose School there, right? So that's Floyd. You have the chap in the junction also. Samson.
Yeah.
He's a talented young guy
Very
too.
talented.
Right. And then you have Dolliver
Morning
here.
Samson. Yeah, Dolliver.
Dolliver here. Dolliver.
When I was at Sote's stationing by Dolliver, I used to get
Right.
a room.
But I tell you something, yeah? I've never been to Samson.
Yeah.
But you know something I know that is common with Dolliver, with Cullen, and with Floyd?
Yeah.
They have one thing in common. Outside of being great barbers, they have one other thing in common.
I don't know, tell me.
Boy, they could talk.
I think as a barber, that is something you have to learn in.
I feel, boy.
Because you keep your clients.
All three of them. Dolliver, Cullen, and Floyd.
Yes.
What? If you spoiling for a conversation and you want somebody to talk to, or you want to just listen to somebody, go by either one of these guys and have a seat and cut that here, and they know people business, especially the politics. They are fully aware of what is taking place in regard to the politics.
Definitely so.
They are fully aware. So good morning. Let's salute the barbers. There's a barber down the street here.
Boombe.
Oh yes, Boombe is right in the back there.
Can you tell me relocating?
Yeah, from High Street, and he is relocated to Back Street.
Yeah.
So Boombe is doing his thing. But Boombe is one of those for the younger generation. Yeah.
Swag.
Yeah, that's what Boombe does. He creates that kind of swag. But there's still another barber down close to Mellow down there. I don't know his name.
No, I've never been in there.
I've never been in there. I know the place is owned by my good partner who's in London, Salopui. He's usually listening in the morning. Salopui, good morning. Salopui, if you can send us your barber's name, then we can do so and hail him up too. So we have Boombe, we have Cullen, we have Floyd, we have Samson. That's it? And Dolliver. That's 5.
But I think you have one by Popo there, you know.
Oh yes, there's one in that new building.
Yeah.
That looks like a building for swag also, eh?
Yeah.
Because it's glass, and just like Cullen's, it's glass and stuff like that. I don't know the name of that guy there. So if you can get those names, so we can shout out the barbers and there's supposed to be a barber in Hermitage somewhere, is there?
Yeah, I think you have one in Hermitage too.
All right. You who calling us on 4420975, you wouldn't get us. You have to call us on 4420175 so you can get us on the extension for this morning. Yeah, the extension has already started. You better believe that the big guy is here. Yeah, the big guy is here. Let me see if I can get both of us together. Let me see if I can get the bottle. Yeah, I can try this one. Yeah, right. Good. We got a caller though. Good morning.
Good morning, Andrew.
Good morning. Yes.
You say something there, and I don't like to know.
What's that?
About the barber, Floyd is the best.
Floyd is the best?
Yes.
But I tell you what, I cannot say that for, although Floyd and I are related, but I can't say that he's the best. Them barbers, they're all of them are great barbers. Well, no, if you saying Floyd is the best, then that's okay.
That's me, I know.
Well, okay.
They don't get my hair cut, so Floyd is the best.
Okay, if you say that, you say that. But I can't. You expect me to come and say that my cousin is the best? You must be mad. You want people to hang me?
No, nobody don't hang you.
No. It's up to y'all to say who is the best. But we have some good barbers. Do you know the name of the one in Hermitage?
I never know you have a barber in Hermitage.
Yeah, there's a barber somewhere in Hermitage, man.
I don't know.
Yeah, there's one in Hermitage.
But just make sure you don't forget them hairdressers too, my man.
What happened? Well, hold on. With the hairdressers, I know quite in conference in Beirut, I know Randallin. She could handle. Who else do I know? I know the young lady in High Street there. Tamika.
Better known as Cat.
Leave Cat alone, eh? And then you have Chrisan. Well, Chrisan is the boom shakalaka right there.
Amen.
Say again?
Amen.
Yeah. And then there used to be a young lady behind the hairdressing salon.
I don't think she
Not the salon, but behind the hairdressing, where they supply all the beauty supply.
You have anybody there?
I don't know. There used to be a lady there.
Somewhere up in Mali.
Okay. That was Shirley's daughter.
Who's Shirley?
Shirley.
Shirley down the road?
No, not that Shirley. Another Shirley.
Okay.
Yeah, that was Shirley's daughter.
I saw her day before sitting, I think, on the other side of Mali by Shigom. But I don't know if she.
Okay. Now, so.
Checking Granville now?
No, hold on. We can't do all.
Do all.
Yeah, one in Grenada.
Okay, you know what? Here's what. I promise you that next Friday morning, you will call because you would have had all the names in Grenville, and here in St. Patrick, barbers and female hairdressers.
Oh, you give me a lot.
Yeah, take it. Take thing. Nothing you like? You like Shatariki? Thing you like? So we're gonna hook up next Friday morning, and we're gonna try not to miss anybody at all.
I'll try to do that. I'll work with my little notebook.
Yes, and just say, look, I need your name, and you can take a number for them too, so that somebody may call and say, yo, I want somebody to really do my hair.
Well, the best place I find one is upstairs. The first place in our tower is Nikki Bowen.
Yeah, well, you have preference already.
Hey, well,
look at somebody say.
Andrew, they are going to get like a week.
Okay. All right, I hear you. Anyway, take care.
Have a nice day, Mr. Caucasian.
Yeah, man, take care.
Time to break down my belly, yeah? Right. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye. Right, good. All right. What?
What happened?
Nah. Samsung get through.
Yeah?
Samsung get through.
What happened there? Let me see.
All right. Ambassador Smith says, Samsung makes me look 10 times younger. If I could bring him up to be my resident barber in Washington, I would be happy. Samsung get you. Forget that.
And Samsung listening this morning, eh?
You listening?
Because last night, he says to me, I'll be listening in the morning.
Will Samsung get you?
Yeah.
Yeah, Samsung take the cake. Forget that we.
Samsung, big up your future bright, man.
Samsung future real bright. But yeah, she's saying that he makes her look 10 times younger, and if she could bring him up to Washington to be a resident barber, she'd be happy. Samsung get you. Forget that.
Big up R.E.D. You have a guy from Paul's. Jamie doesn't big him up with all this nuts every time.
He's a barber too?
No.
Okay. Oh. Okay, I've been directed to this, Carl.
Yeah.
I'm going to show you Samsung's handiwork. Look at this.
Wow.
Samsung did that.
According to local thing, Samsung, you're doing things.
Samsung, you get through, boy. Nah. Yeah. Oh, what are we talking about? Oh, that was just a profile picture that Ambassador Smith put up, and she told me to check the profile picture. Samsung did that work.
But Samsung caused her to look young indeed.
Yeah, man. Samsung do the 10
Not
years.
young, younger.
Younger.
Yeah.
Good morning, Irvin, inside of London. How you doing this morning? Okay.
Irvin must know Samsung too.
But yeah, he's a
solid guy.
He's a solid guy, yeah.
Same area too.
I need to go and sit down and see what Samsung could do. I've been to Doliver. I've been to the guy on the canal there. I've been to Colin. I've been to Floyd. Samsung, it looked like I don't go and see what you can do. I might pass my Samsung today. Check and see, realize, well, how you're matching up with all the other guys. But it's nice. It's really nice to know that we have quite a few barbers. And if they weren't doing good, then people wouldn't be talking about it at all.
Definitely, based on comments, they're doing something exemplary.
Floyd, and I'm starting with Floyd, not because he's my cousin, but Floyd is always developing and always doing something inside of that place.
Definitely.
Whenever you walk in, it's like, wow, Floyd just do something again.
But if you know from where he started to where he is now, he's now a long way.
Long way. Right? Now, you have Curland.
Yeah, has thing.
Well, Colin come a long way.
Well, he does have some discussion on the block, and they'll say best barber shopping.
Yeah.
I don't know. That is discussion.
No, but he is really...
That will be the discussion.
He has really gone. He's really taken it to another level.
And
you know, coming from what he was, Carl?
Yeah.
Come on, now.
I what I like about the area, that there's 2 barber shop, and both barbers has their clients, and they don't have no kind of friction or conflict.
You don't have that at all.
Yeah.
So Colin has definitely improved.
Yeah.
I don't know, Samson, that's where he started, right where he is now?
I don't think so.
Okay. I don't know much about Samson.
Where you will know today?
Yeah, when I go there. Does he like to talk to?
Where you go find out? Yes, he does.
Yeah. So, right. So, Samson and, Dolliver. And from what Dolliver started with, you know, and where he started and where he is now. I mean, hey, kudos.
It has to be progress.
Yeah, and one must be proud of Dolliver. Also, the young chap catering down by the bridge.
Yeah.
The young chap by the bridge. He is... The barbershop is...
Like a boom-based step up too?
Boom-based... I mean... Like Baba in our money, boy. I'll go to that part. Boombe stepped up. The guy down there by the bridge really stepped up too. Together with Boomer. Call and step up. Fly stepped up. Alright. Somebody saying his name is Calvin. I wonder if that's the guy by the bridge.
Yeah, I think that the guy named by the bridge. You know,
Calvin. Yeah, somebody saying his name. Rondalyn is saying that his name is Calvin. I'm hoping it's the guy by the bridge. Lester is the guy down by Mello.
By Mello.
Yeah, so Calvin is the guy. Salopi's place?
Yeah.
Salopi's right name is Christopher St. John, eh?
Yeah.
I'm going to say Mr. Christopher, Mr. St. John.
Mr. St. John,
Mr.
morning.
St. John, morning. Good. Now, so Lester is the guy down there. We forget right there, you know, Carl.
Who?
Packerman.
Packerman is where?
The barber shop in when you go into just as you would have gotten into Snell Hall.
Okay.
You know that barber shop on the left hand side of the road where the guys usually cook there? Before Bubble Gyms. Okay.
I know the general area you're talking about, but to see the barber shop I can't.
The barber shop is in the shop.
Okay.
You know there's a shop on the left hand side of the road?
Yeah.
There's a barber shop in there.
Yeah.
There's a Packerman, I think. Dylan Joseph. Somebody
I
saying,
think you have another guy somewhere in Rose that's play football.
Okay. Caller, we coming to you. We coming to you. Just give us a minute.
Mothman is really somewhere.
Somebody say my cup look like Kester Victor. Who's Kester Victor? I don't know. Mr. Hill, good morning. Kester Victor say my cup look like a Grenley cup. No, it's not a Grenley one. Kester Victor saying in Grenville, there's Dave. He's the best in Grenville. Well, Dave, good morning to you wherever you are with Dave. I really kind of know Dave. I don't know.
Yeah, guys with him one time in Grenville, Boogie B. I think his first name is Dave too.
That is Dave Peters. He's in St. George's. He doesn't trim anymore. I think he's into food.
Okay.
Now, who is the best barber to ever set foot in Grenada?
I know. But that is
relative?
Arguably.
Yeah. But I tell you the best.
Yeah.
Matchless.
Matchless. I know about Matchless.
You never sat down to have a trim for Matchless,
no? But we were good friends. He used to call me Mr. Mila because of my grandmother's father.
Right. Matchless used to call me Flamingo.
Yeah.
No, Matchless from Riverside, arguably for me, the best barber.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you why. Because he's married to my aunt. So when I go to Matchless for a trim, he pays me.
Pro bono.
Well, Matchless is, may his soul rest in peace. He has 3 children with my aunt. He has other children. I don't know them.
He has some children. He's my cousin.
Yeah, he has. So he has 3 children with my aunt, and that will be Myrtle, who is the last.
Yeah.
She's in Canada, Edmonton to be exact. And then there is Glenda. She's the second. She's in Edmonton too. And then there's Glenn. Now, you may remember Glenn, or you should remember Glenn, because he captained the Latas football team for many years. Chateau.
Yeah.
You probably would have heard that name.
Yeah.
Right. So those are matchlesses. 3 children with my auntie. They're all in Edmonton, including my auntie. She's in Edmonton also, Auntie Gloria. So yeah, we've got a caller. Let's take the caller. Yeah, good morning.
Morning, Andre.
Uh-huh.
I have to call back again.
Yeah, tell me.
You know you forgot the one in Mount Craven down there, Larry?
Oh yes, well look at how you kill me, but that's okay. But we ain't forget him totally, you remember him. Yes.
And then the one in Roseville, that's my cousin, Toko, the footballer.
Yeah, Toko, the footballer. Well, Carl remembered him, but he didn't remember his name.
His name is, I can't remember. But
yeah, but they call him Toko, yeah. Right, good.
Again, Samson.
Yeah, we call Samson already.
Samson used to do Ilika Baba in Ilika Faranda at first.
Oh.
And he was reasonable. Children, he used to take any amount you have. If it's $7, $8, $10, my son used to go there and trim his hair. And what he have, he take it. He never make it a problem to say, well, $10 for the trim and you don't have $10 and he send you back. He always used to, you know.
Wonderful, wonderful.
So I props him for that. But go for the haircut.
Well, watch, let me tell you something, yeah. Get the thing and I'm ready for next week, please, girl.
I will pay for that haircut, boy. Bye.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Good, bye-bye.
And the thing about Samson, he still trims for 10, eh?
He still does it?
$10.
Yeah.
I think he's one of the cheapest going around in the socket.
Yeah. Christopher St. John, that is Salopui.
Yeah.
He well, you know, he's one guy that like a lot of nice things, yeah?
Yeah.
So he don't want to be left out of the conversation here morning. So he's saying, well, you know, Lester is the guy he has down there. So Christopher is saying, when I come, I'll set up, you know, some of my things. Yeah, and he says some of his things to set up, he already set it down and it is in Grenada. So you know, that one's stepping up too. That's another barber that's going to step up there again.
Yeah.
And now, barbers have to realize that as guys like Cullen and Floyd and Calvin and Boombe and so on, and even Lester and so on going to step up, you can't come less.
You can't come ordinary.
No. You know, barber, you have to show that.
You have to roll with it.
You have to roll with it. But it's good. It's really, really good. It's good. And I congratulate all those young men on being self-employed.
And encourage them to continue.
Yeah. You know,
and
continue.
What I would implore them to do, maybe take one other person and teach them a few things or two.
Well, what they have to understand is that barbering is a thing you have to keep it rolling.
Yes.
So you need to have someone else
understudying
there with you so that you can pass on information to the person, because you yourself as a barber, you will need to take a break.
Yes, a mental break.
You would need to take a time off, a 2 weeks or 1 week or whatever break. But you can't and you should not close down your barber shop because your client shouldn't suffer. And then when your client's coming in there, they must know, okay, fine, this guy has been with you
for a while.
So they know that, you know, it's okay to let that person into their head. Hey, to all the barbers, ladies who are the hair designers, don't worry, we're doing the research and we'll be coming to you. Chrisanne, good morning to you. Who else Chrisanne and as I say, in Rondellin, all the way in Conference, and who again?
So you call them the hair engineers?
That's the hair engineers, but them. And last night, why am I talking about here and here and here? Last night I was looking at something online and a lot of men, you know, there's a thing they used to wear, they put it in hair called a toupee.
Yeah.
Well, they still have it, but now for the bald-headed men, they are sticking it on with glue.
Not Gorilla Glue.
No, with a kind of adhesive something, they're sticking it on. And so the barbers are sticking it on. So if you have a bald head, they can stick that on.
And then groom it nice.
And then they can groom it nice, and they claim that it can stay for like 6 weeks and stuff like that.
So you could have a new look for 6 weeks?
6 weeks. You have a new look there. Your hairline ain't moving, ain't nothing. Wow! It's crazy. Good morning to you, Claudine Houston. How are you doing, my dear? Here's hoping that you're having a wonderful day. So much for here and so much for the lighter side of things.
I want to bring something up.
Okay.
In contemporary time, recent times, a fellow patrician of yours have been making the airways.
Careful on my patricians. I'm very delicate when it comes to them. Yeah?
Patrician, a young lady, she's doing some live and video and thing, but I doesn't hear you commenting on that. She had one for the carnival where she was asking us, the Prime Minister to debouch and stuff like that.
Oh.
And then she made some claim telling the Congress they don't own her and stuff like that. But it's strange to use a man who has a grasp of a lot of things. I never hear you speak out that or hear you speak out all kind of other things. What, are you afraid of that topic?
No, I'm not scared. I'm not scared of anybody. I'm not scared of anything. But some are better just left alone. Do you understand? Some are better just left alone. And that is a young lady who I believe can be very nice to her friends and to those that she does not like, whom she believes are her enemies. She can be very disrespectful, and I do not want to get into the gutter so as to have any conversation with her, because she has already given me my 9 yards. Her famous statement to me is that when I see her, unsee her.
Okay.
You know, so I maintain that. I unsee her. I don't really bother. You know, if she wants to continue doing what she's doing, then by all means continue. As an individual, you have certain rights. Just realize I just said certain rights. You don't have all the rights as an individual. You have certain rights, and you never know, Carl, you never know where you will end up. Right? And whereas you might believe that I might believe I don't want to have anything to do with Carl. I don't want nothing from Carl and whatever. And one day I end up in a situation and somebody says, but I know you. And I'm like, well, where do you know me? Well, Carl Caton is my father. No, that's the same person I wanted nothing to do with.
Yes.
And now I've come in contact with his son or daughter.
Yeah.
And that son or daughter may have heard me say, I want nothing to do with Carl Caton.
An elder person says to me one time, never belongs to God.
Right. So I sort of, I stand clear of her. Vega 1, I don't know if you remember Vega 1, Frank Hughes, he is the brother of Alistair Hughes. Yeah. And he had a program, he used to have programs called, there's one I remember called Global Grenada.
Yeah.
At 7:30 on GBC, GBN. And he once told me, in life, evil is a force. Love is also a force. He says you can embrace love because it is meant for you and to comfort you. So you can embrace love and you can feel it. He says, just like you can feel love, you can feel evil. But you cannot and should not embrace evil. So I'm like, so what do I do? Push it away? He says, no, you cannot. You do not have the strength to push away evil. He said, not even Jesus pushed away evil. He called on the Father to assist him
in dealing
with evil.
So that is the force of evil.
Right. So he says, don't. He says, when evil is coming, sidestep.
Okay.
And let it pass.
Move sideways.
Just sidestep and let evil pass so evil does not bother you. So let's go back to the young lady now I'm not saying that she's evil, but I choose to sidestep and let her pass.
Well,
you know, just let her go on, do what you do, girl. If it makes you comfortable, if it makes you happy, then by all means. But just remember, and you may not want me to, Carl, not you, meaning she may not want me to. So I will say what she will not want me to. I protect, in the best possible manner, I protect all and sundry. In this medium, I protect all and sundry who are from St. Patrick.
All patricians.
All patricians. However, I will not have anything to do with her narrative. I will just sidestep.
So that's tough love then.
It probably ain't no love. I mean, no love lost. She don't care, and she probably do. Somebody will call and say, "I'm just speak about you today on the radio," and she'll probably do a live again and make herself a bigger idiot than she is. But hey, it's life. It's what life is. You know, I respect her as an individual, but as a patrician, and she would say, "Well, she don't need me to defend her." And cool, that's okay.
She's quite capable of defending her.
She's quite capable of doing that, but I will not do so and stand up and say, "Hey, no. You handle your business for yourself and you take care of you." She's well qualified and well equipped to take care of her.
Yeah.
She's a beautiful, attractive young lady. All the best.
All right.
I basically, I do what you say. Unsee her.
Right. I agree. Based on the program, a lot of people been giving me feedback on the program. I was in a particular location and there was a discussion, same thing as it relates to COVID, vaccines and so forth. And one who is older than me by age gave me a little story which I want to share. And he explained after, he said there was this lion who was trapped and a sheep was passing by Dre. And the sheep helped release the lion, but the lion been there for a couple of days. And the lion was hungry. So the lion decided, well, he go have the sheep for some form of sustenance. Whilst he and the sheep was arguing, the sheep started to protest, but I'll free you and, you know, thinking. Then a few other animals was coming, but among those animals was a tortoise, you know. And the tortoise says, "What position you was when the sheep free you?" You tell him inside the cage there. The tortoise said, "Well, go and show me exactly how it was." And then the lion went back in the cage and the tortoise locked him back. So the man say, "Well, why you do the man that for?" So the lion says, the tortoise says to them, "You go eat the sheep today. You'll get hungry tomorrow. We next." And the man drew that in parallel with what happened, Job must play and Job don't care. Okay, you see a lot of persons who we feel are in positions or claim to love this country is in full support of what the job do, namely protest. Why you see they protest, as they say, against the Prime Minister now.
Today's is.
Today's is. What will be tomorrow? How? When?
Whose zone is it tomorrow?
You see, that is instructive to note. And then the other thing, in recent times, in days as a matter of fact, the situation is not comfortable as to how much people is carrying the virus here. And as to how the virus has transmitted to those alleged persons we know based on farewell party and send-off and job must play and so forth. My thing is simply, everybody hinge on to that word, my rights. Yes, it's your rights not to take or to take the vaccine. However, if you decide not to take the vaccine and behave in a manner unbecoming of the set protocols, and you cause it to affect every other person, because if you have a lot, the place go out to close down and so forth, Andre. And it would affect a lot of other persons. Persons might not be able to go to work, and based on where you're not working, you'll not be able to pay, how you go eat and so forth. So if you want to affect other persons because of your rights, think about it. Why should you exercise your rights and affect me down the road? Why you affect my livelihood by your recklessness? And that is part of what the older person say to me. So when he hears certain persons, like the former Prime Minister, who he believes is a man who believes in the rule of law and so on, touting the fact that lawbreakers calling back for him, you see the situation bleak, Andre. So I just wanted to throw that out because you see, if a man who believes in law, order, good governance and so forth, touting the fact that a few lawbreakers calling back for him, it's like night and day.
I heard that. I heard, the former Prime Minister Tillman Thomas, making those kind of statements, say, well, the people saying that they want me back, and it's Jab that doing something that, and Jab breaking the law. And then you saw him pay the job. You can say that he keeping a tradition, but you can't be doing some supporting tradition when people breaking the law.
Yeah, because
as a former prime minister, you're not supposed to be doing that. As a matter of fact, if I had to give any advice to Prime Minister Tillman Thomas, I would have said to him, Monday and Tuesday, don't leave the house.
Stay home.
Stay home. Don't leave the house. Ask your secretary to cancel all appointments for those 2 days. And I would have done that 2-3 weeks before and say, look, tell your secretary you're not taking any appointments on Monday, not Tuesday. You're not leaving that house. Stay at home. Go in the garden. Do you understand? Go in the land. Take a stroll through the land. You probably didn't walk the land for a long time. Stroll through the land. Pick up some nutmeg. Check the goats and them and that kind of thing. Handle yourself. Because leaving home would be a serious error. Keith Mitchell wouldn't have left home,
Never.
He wouldn't have left home. And if he would have left home, they would have been moving so fast, lightning couldn't catch up with them. I'm not sure. I doubt. On that day, I'm not sure if they would have had a cabinet meeting. I'm not sure. It's a normal working day, and I'm not sure. They probably did. They probably didn't. I don't know if they did. Do you understand? But Dr. Mitchell, if he was leaving home, would have taken the shortest route to work if he was going to work.
To his destination.
Shortest route. And would have ensured, the security would have ensured that the route was clear so that he could go through in a flash. I believe Tillman Thomas is supposed to have security. I believe that. I would definitely support something like that. Even if it's one security officer, one member of the detail, by virtue of the fact that he was a prime minister. If you give him a driver, I honestly believe that should be something that is afforded to. Do you understand? Former prime ministers.
That is the irony.
I'm listening.
The 8th of July 2008, there was a exercise when person exercised a franchise here.
Mm-hmm.
And based on preliminary counts, the National Democratic Congress had 11, they were leading in 11 constituencies, and the New National Party were leading in 4.
Mm-hmm.
And men loyal to the National Democratic Congress went and derobed the Prime Minister without even Mr. Thomas taking the oath by the GG. They take all and so on dry. So to see that now, maybe he don't believe in having that, because if they derobe the sitting Prime Minister at the time, I don't think he will want something like that.
Well,
and that's a fact.
My take on what you just said,
but I believe
this is something that should be.
I believe once you're Prime Minister, there are certain courtesies that should be extended to you, and security is one of the things.
Yeah.
No, I believe that.
1 or 2 officers, or whatever you want to call them, whatever you should. There should be an officer always at your home,
and especially when that person attending official functions and so forth.
You afford that.
Yeah.
There should be an officer at all times.
Because the state could afford that, I believe.
Well, the state has to be able to afford it.
No, I agree with that. I co-sign to that. Because see, being prime minister is not an ordinary.
No, that's not an ordinary thing. That's not an ordinary thing at all.
And
And I would never like to see, and I'm being very honest, I would never, in as much as knowing Dr. Mitchell and knowing that he really wants to kick it back and not have to worry about security. I know he wants to kick it back and not bother, but I would not like to see that Dr. Mitchell rolling on his own. I wouldn't like to see that. I believe that he should be afforded a certain level of security. Likewise,
yeah, man. I think
other prime minister.
once you attain the office of prime minister, certain quotas ought to be extended in terms of security.
Yes.
What's that?
I have to raise this. And okay, let's take the call because it's going to take a little while for me to raise this. Good morning.
Good morning to you, Mr. Andre, and good morning to Mr. Hayton.
Clifford.
Yes, sir.
Keep the voice up, Clifford.
I hope I would see you next week Thursday in Matthias funeral, so I might recognize who you are.
Okay, Mr. Clifford.
All right? Now, I want to pick up a scenario that I heard yesterday in the news that came across from the present political leader of the NDC. He said that 26 years ago, Grenada was better. Unemployment was less. People were working better. People were more satisfied. I don't know how he arrived at 26 years, but he said 26 years. And he think it's time for this administration to go, because 26 years ago we are worse stuff. Grenada is worse stuff. I don't know if we check it to say that that's the time that NDC was last in power. But if we realize and go back, I can't see what he's driving at. At least he didn't give much examples, but I can't see what he's driving at. You have more Imani train. You have wardens, traffic wardens. You have persons in other jobs. And you have more buildings go up, more hotels come in, more help was given to agricultural farms. So I don't know in what direct area that he was driving, but perhaps I would have hoped he explained that, because he was speaking in a meeting that they had in Goa on Wednesday, based on my understanding, and they just gave a little bit of excerpt in what he said. But I can't see what is his rationale for making those statements. I would have hoped that he gives some more, because I see so much more improvement. You have hotels that were started more than, after 26 years. A lot of more hotels were started and enforced. Yes, under the NDC, standards came into Grenada, but standards have expanded much more since that time. So I don't know if you heard it and if you want to make a comment on it. The second one is the NDC is married now to Mr. Clement. What I want to know is what Mr. Clement have brought or is bringing to the marriage. It's like a cricket team. If you have a cricket team and a fellow want to play on your cricket team, he's not a batsman, he's not a bowler, he's not a wicketkeeper, he cannot field very well, he's not the umpire. Do you think that you have room, or taking him in on your cricket team going to make any much better off are you going to enhance your cricket team? I would like to hear a motion from you.
Mr. Clifford, maybe bring in sponsorship. Okay, if you can do all of the above, just say maybe bring in sponsorship. But just to speak a little on what you say, to be perfectly honest, I didn't hear the gentleman say that. But going on what you said, there lies the crux of the matter with the National Democratic Congress. 26 years Grenada was better off with no imperative facts. Every man is entitled to his own opinion, but not his own facts. And that's what this organization continue to say and do. Remove LNP, but they refuse to tell you how and what they intend to do moving forward. These are the same people, Mr. Thomas, Postreader Thomas and others, who sat and vote no to 2 terms as a prime minister. And then they turn around and say, this president wants staying too long. These are the same set of people who said no to a fixed date for election and now saying this president prime minister using the date as politics. So when the prime minister speak recently in a garment place opening and he say, within the next 2 years a lot of jaws he could sell because he might have something. They jump up and say, oh, he using that as politics. But they, to myself, has dropped the ball on so many occasions. It is hard to conceive how you could give them to pass the ball to them now. Yes, I agree, the ball should be passed and everything don't last forever. But pass it to who? That's my concern. Who pass it to who? So they continue with this narrative of who they too long and whatsoever. But there is no imperative facts, no scientific data, nothing. It's like a man just make a statement. It's like Wrigley's believe it or not. And they can continue to want to be the alternative to what we have now. By being that, we can go back and start to strum music. Clifford, we have to start to play music by music sheet now. So when other persons come after, they could pick up the music sheet and continue the music. It's not that they're going to strum by air.
Well, I think you've dealt with that issue in relation to Clifford, and we've spoken to that issue before.
Yes.
Right. Now, I want to raise, I will be raising something that is, that I believe should be forefront in the minds of our citizens.
The citizenry.
Yeah. The government of Grenada took a very bold step when they decided that our artists, not just Calypsonians, but our artists who would have gotten to a certain level should be treated with a certain level of respect
and
dignity. And thus, they created a, how do you call a passport? Not a diplomatic, an official passport. Right? The diplomatic passports are for diplomats. So they created and they had this official passport. And from time to time, they would issue official passports. The Wasways and the how you call him?
The Boise's.
The Boise's and the Limas Gilberts and so on. They would have
Mr. Keeler.
Yeah, and Jamo and so on. They would have gotten that. And hey, I'm so proud of that. It was a wonderful thing to do, I believe. Really and truly.
Stroke of brilliance.
Stroke of brilliance there. I believe, because that would have happened around about the time when Brenda Hood was responsible for culture, I think. In any event, when that took place, as I said, it created a sort of a positive stir it created a positive stir throughout the cultural community. And I believe the guys were happy. And Grenadians were happy for them. They would have been given that, and I think that they were given a letter to sign. But I don't know what the letter says. Because to go along to receive that, to accept that, you had to sign a certain agreement. I don't know what the letter says. However, I would want to believe that even if the letter did not speak to occasions when Grenada would be facing disaster, part of a world pandemic, even if it didn't speak to, but as a very important person
and a responsible person,
you should know why is this go at that particular point in time.
You must know what is it.
You must know. Stedlin says good morning.
Morning, Stedlin.
Now, I have been paying very close attention, Keaton. And when I heard Talpri with a couple of infomercials speaking to people taking
the
jab, I was like, yeah boy, King Jab said to take the jab, so we're doing well. And then when I saw us doing even better, although I was not in keeping with it, I'll tell you what, there are buses with Talpri's picture and him having taken the jab, evidence of it.
Yeah.
I was like, wow. But I had a problem with that because the buses, they did not put that on for free.
For payment.
They were paid. So they dropped the ball because the same bus drivers not taking the vaccine. So how could you tell me that you paying a man to advertise taking the vaccine and he
not on board
with you? He will be arguing on the bus terminal wherever he's going
ambush marketing then
against the vaccine, but you are paying him to have that picture on his bus. I'm like, but somebody ain't smart. Not saying anybody's stupid, but somebody definitely wasn't smart. You have to be careful, as my song says. You have to be careful when you're doing things like that. So that be that. But here's Talpri, and I said, yeah. And then, Keaton, about a week ago or 2 weeks ago, there was a funeral somewhere. I don't know where the funeral was, but then there was the gathering that it is called Happy Hour after the funeral.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah, and it looked like that gathering took place at a community center.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, there was a DJ set there. And lo and behold, Talpri was there performing. Talpri was there performing, Keaton. And I was like, how could he? How could you be speaking on one side of your mouth about this thing and then you violating over here? It doesn't make sense. So I said, Chairman, his manager and whatever, because I know Dexter Mitchell, I'll try to reach him just now. Dexter Mitchell is supposed to be his manager and whatever. So I said, Dexter, I'm going to talk to him. And then another video has surfaced where it looks like it is a boat cruise or a party or whatever. It looks like something. Well, Talpri again is lead actor. And he and Michelle. And I'm like, but hold on. How could Talpri be promoting this? And then the same Talpri is the face of taking the jab So the same man that's saying take the jab is the same man that violating all protocols? I am still baffled. Because I cannot understand why the same man who violating is the same man who promoting and is the same man that have an official passport. And I am saying that, hold on, something is totally wrong here. You talk to me, I don't see if I find Dexter, who is supposed to be the manager of Talpri. I'll find Dexter and I'm going to have a word.
Jay, Mr. Donald, you don't listen to me, man.
I listen, man. Don't say I don't listen to you.
I keep telling you, follow the money. But you don't listen to me. Follow the money. If you follow the money, all these things are simplifying. He getting paid to advertise. He getting paid to perform in the show. Follow the money. So all the beating up, just the money you have to follow and you understand what's going on here. And that's why I keep telling you how much we jackassing the thing, but you don't listening to me. Because the same ambassador get permission to hold some show when he don't have thing. So he could be under the illusion thing. And that there lies, that's the crux of the matter. We suckling the thing without going in no direction.
I'm doing a bit of, you talk about ambush just now. I'm going to ambush this guy. Let me see if he's there.
Yes, I am.
Oh me, oh my. Dexter Mitchell, good morning.
Good thing you wasn't saying something bad about me.
Oh, are you listening?
No.
Oh, I thought you were listening.
I just heard you say, let's see if he's there.
Yeah, let's see. Yeah. I want to I'll do a bit of ambush there. Dexter, you are the manager for the Cambridge guy.
No, I'm not. I'm no longer his manager.
Oh, and I was there saying that you're the manager. I'm sorry. I apologize for that. So, but what I wanted you to comment on, Dexter, was how does a gentleman, and I'm speaking to all the artists, not the cultural ambassadors, but I'm using Talpri as my template this morning. Okay. How could someone who is the face of Take the Jab, how could that same person be performing in so many different functions, unauthorized functions, if you'd want to call it that, and be the same person who holds an official passport? How does that work, Dexter Mitchell?
What I think is missing, Andre, is that the passports were issued, and I don't think proper information was given to the current holders of those passports in terms of what is expected of them. And I think even at the top of the pandemic, there should have been a conversation also, say that as cultural ambassadors, as persons of influence, this is what we are expecting of you. We have this particular message that we are trying to get out to Grenadians. And if you guys can get 10,000 people in the stadium to run up and down, jump up in the mud and so on, it means that when there is a serious issue, you can exert of that same influence to get people, Grenadians, to do the right thing.
Nice.
Yeah, Grenadians to do the right thing. My brother, we ain't doing the right thing. And there are a few who are calling for the heads. And there's some people, someone just sent me a message and said, take back them passports. Where do you stand on that?
Again, like I said, if you don't have guidelines, if there are no rules set, then it is kind of a bit unfair. However, there might have been some extreme cases where there is justification for saying you kind of went over the limits. So without the guidelines, you should know better. Or maybe there has to be a review of the entire process. Once, even probably while we're still in the pandemic, have all the cultural ambassadors in and say that so this is what we're looking for, this is what is expected of you, and anything comes up, as it were, offer to them warnings so that we've noticed some behavior in public of recent times that we are not comfortable with. And if those behavior patterns continue, then you will have the passport withdrawn.
I'm so very I'm very disappointed in our cultural ambassadors because Dexter, outside of say same Chalpri who has come forward and taken the job based on what we've seen or whatever, I don't even know if I can say that I know of anyone who has come forward and say, hey, you need to do this. I don't know if I've heard that.
I think Cinti
No,
was.
not too many of them have taken the vaccine, and that is factual. And which to me again is amazing because I'm not going to get into the debates about people's rights and all of that. I'm just going to comment on the fact that if you depend on travel to make a living, you would think that it's in your best interest to go ahead and secure your income. And if it means having to take the vaccine, then you're free to travel, you're free to perform in front of live audiences and so on. So when I found that not too many of them vaccine, I was kind of surprised. I mean, how do you expect to travel? How do you continue to make a living? You can't sit down here and expect the government to give you a check and take care of you. You know, there are opportunities out there. There are places in the world where carnivals have been held. Those have been taken place. So then you have to do what you have to do to secure yourself. So even if you don't believe in and what it means health-wise, the fact that if you took the vaccine makes it easier for you to make your living, then by all means, I've done that.
You know, interestingly, someone just sent me a message and say, Andre, do you know that passports have a lifetime?
It could be withdrawn. It can be withdrawn.
It could be withdrawn.
Yeah, and I know for a fact, when the National Democratic Congress won the elections in 2008, they took back inspectors' official passports.
They did?
Yes.
And you guys didn't? You guys said nothing about that? Tell me that again, Dexter. Tell me, what did they do?
They took back inspectors' official passports once they came into office between 2008 and 2013.
Did he get it back though?
Yeah, he got it back. Yeah, when they lost the election in 2013, he got it back.
So Inspector better be one that is praying that NMP don't lose?
But it should not be based on politics. Obviously, I agree that inspectors well deserving of the passport.
But Dexter, I'm disappointed in you. You, a person who's so very vocal and everything, you said nothing about that?
See, I tried to avoid it. To me, Andrea, these people are also incompetent that it doesn't make sense piling up on them. I mean, and it shows that kind of pettiness on that kind of level. It just shows the individuals that would deal with. So I'll just leave it for the opportune time.
Speaking of Inspector, excuse me here. Speaking of Inspector, though, my brother, I understand that he's in a big competition this weekend, is it?
Oh yeah, I saw a flyer. I'm not sure. I'm hopeful he's not a competitor. I'm hopeful that based on his reputation and his accomplishments, that he's above and beyond competing at that kind of event, and that he's making a guest appearance.
No, I understand that he's part of the competition. He's going to try to defeat Squeezy in a garage competition. Dexter, are you guys crazy? Come on, you his manager, talk to him. What's wrong with you?
I am no longer his manager.
Well, hold on. Who are you manager of then?
I'm manager of Mr. Mitchell.
Okay. I probably need you to be my manager then. And I would not unceremoniously get rid of you. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. But it's nice to hear your opinion. I know Carlos nodding his head here on things that you were saying. Carl, do you have a question for Dexter? Okay. No, he doesn't have a question for you. But yeah.
Let me just reiterate, Andre.
Mm-hmm.
The people who have given the passports, they have to be given a list of responsibilities. These are things that are expected of you, because the passport is not just to make your life easier. it upholds you as a role model. You are carrying an official passport of the state. You are cultural ambassador of the state. You are representing the state every time you travel. Everything you do, you are representing of the state. So there should be some guidelines that they have to adhere to, and in cases that where they do, and you have to take it away. But with what is presently transpiring with COVID, my advice would be to call them in and just a general warning across the board that there are certain things that we have not satisfied with, and if those things prevail, then you could lose the passport.
Okay, I have 3 paragraphs I want to read here for you. No, 4 paragraphs I want to read here for you. And it is from the New Grenada, the New Today. And it says, the caption is, and of course it's a story dated August the 20th, that's today, from the New Today newspaper. It says here, top soca artists among new COVID-19 confirmed cases. And it reads, Grenada is facing a COVID-19 crisis with the Keith Mitchell government set to announce an estimated 16 to 18 new positive cases. Paragraph 2, a high-level government official told the New Today that the Ministry of Health has information in its possession relating to 6 new positive cases up to Thursday night and is awaiting confirmation on 10 new cases from results pending on second testing that was done. Paragraph 3. He said that one of the new cases involved a top soca artist with international fame from the St. George area. Paragraph 4. According to the source, this individual has been notified of his COVID-19 positive status and is currently in isolation. As someone who is, who's around, who has certain connections within the soca world, locally, regionally, and internationally too, Dexter, do you have any indication of who that person probably is?
No, I'm hearing this for the first time. Let me just before we get into this, let me just say, Andrea, and let me be very clear. I do not subscribe to that particular publication. I have a personal boycott on. I've had personal issues with them where we could have, but I did not want to give them that kind of attention.
Okay, so then if that is the case, then I will say for you, let us not discuss it. I will not compromise you, my brother.
Yeah, because I
will not compromise you at all. If you do not feel that, I understand you totally. I will not allow you then to comment on that. Let's just let that one just flow down the drain.
All right, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Right, no problem. Now let me get rid of you.
One thing, Andrea, before.
Yeah.
I need you, Andrea. I need you and the others. I'm on a crusade. Have something done for Kirani. And I know you saw my last article. We need to have some things done in very short order. The renaming of the street, Bob, and so.
All right. So here's what, Dex. Here's what. How about we have a conversation on that on Monday morning? Like beginning of the week, we have a nice conversation. I link with you and we speak to that and put it this way. We speak to that and all things Karani.
No problem. So
Monday morning, 7:35 thereabouts. We'll hook up and we'll speak to that and all things Karani.
All right, no problem.
Take care, my brother. Have a wonderful day, Dex.
You too.
All right, great. Dexter Mitchell there. You wanted to say something, Gan?
Now, based on the discussion with the passports, the ambassadors, there's this old adage to whom much is given a passport, much is required conduct. And to me, those ambassadors need to be spoken to.
You believe?
Yeah, remember recently the Prime Minister spoke 3 strikes to another ambassador. So he could have 3 strikes there. But what behooved me was, Andre, when the same Wilt was having the show in Tantin, and there were CMT boys electrifying them, and there was this guy from Trinidad, Swappy. And then also I was wondering why he didn't have a truckload of local men singing there too. And they say that men don't qualify the X, so they say by not taking the job.
Yeah, well.
And they were and a lot of them was promoting the other job. So I don't know. I'll tell you that we keep going wrong and not.
We've got a caller here. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, sir.
Good morning to Master Carl. Good morning.
Morning, Mr. Philip.
Good to hear you, man. You sound powerful, like Mr. Donald. You all are doing a good job. Mr. Donald, I don't know if you was link up with GIS yesterday. He had an opening of a very important project in your village. You're always proud of Monkridge. And yesterday they had this official opening of the furniture factories located in the Clanny Macris building, the late Clanny Macris building. And I find that opening was very quiet. They say it's a ministry thing, I don't know, but for a village like that, going on the map, having with furniture making, where all government furniture will be produced for government buildings and schools, and I think it should be, I don't know, a place like Real FM should have that as a rural station. I think something was not right there. I don't know who I should complain to. Real FM should be informed, because you proud of your village. I know that. I know you're proud of your village. To having that, but children go learn to do things. That could even stop the importation of school furniture. But I understand the ministry ordering school furniture from Trinidad, and all they need is a storage. I toured the building yesterday with the Minister of Education and the parliamentary reps of the area, and I did not satisfy with certain things. What I saw yesterday, we should have more St. Patrick people coming out and view that project. If you had it, I know you would have been ponging it in your news for some time. Well, so I don't know if it's too late. I don't know. You might be able to say.
Let me just say this to you, sir. I did not know about it. I didn't know that it was being officially opened yesterday, and that's water under the bridge. That's not a big issue. If I had known, then we would have done what was necessary, meaning Real FM would have done what was necessary. You just said that the minister, the parliamentary representative for the area, and that would be, of course, Anthony Boson, because that building, however, we have to be very careful, because the building is in St. Patrick's East, right?
Yes.
The building is in St. Patrick's East. However,
located there.
Hold on. However, the impact would be greater felt in St. Patrick's West based on the population in that area.
Good.
So while I will try to reach the both representatives. I'll when I put down for me, I'm going to try to reach Mr. Boson, and then I don't know if I'll be able to also reach Ms. Moses in the same breath. So let me put down from you, and let me go and try to reach Mr. Boson so that he can speak to what took place yesterday. Yeah. So let me go and see if I can find him. Thank you.
Yes, good.
Good. Okay, real. 91.9, 91.5, www.drealfmgrenada.com. Grenada! Love you.
More than ever, Flow is working hard to keep you connected to the things that matter most. Your family, your work, and your favorite entertainment. We are also providing Flow Study free of charge so students can stay connected and up to date with their schoolwork. And because your safety is our highest priority, you can manage your account from the safety of your own home through the MyFlow app. We are here for you, keeping you connected.
Ozone really gets it clean. Get with the Ozone family line of products. Ozone liquid laundry detergent, perfect for your semi or fully automatic washing machines, yet suitable for your hand wash, soft on your hands. Ozone Disinfecting Cleaner. It's the most powerful disinfectant and cleaner with a long-lasting fresh scent. Tackles every job around the house or office. Ozone detergent powder and ultra soft fabric softener gets your clothes clean with a natural freshness, keeps your colors bright. Choose from the wonderful scents, soft flower, ocean breeze, and the new aloe vera. Keep your kitchen sparkling clean with the Ozone dishwashing liquid, Ozone sponges, and cleaning cloth. Ozone toilet bowl cleaner removes lime scale and kills germs while giving your toilet a refreshing scent. Ozone really gets it clean. Marketed and distributed by Calico, Frequente St. George's, and are available at shops and supermarkets nationwide.
Dr. Chaitan again, international social skill consultant, reminding you that we should stop every form of sexual violence here in the beautiful island of Grenada.
I say no make them take advantage of you.
M&M Hardware Limited, Hope St. Andrew and Dusty Highway St. George. Shop conveniently for all your building materials including plumbing, electrical, lumber, cement, steel and much more. We manufacture roofing sheets available in 11 colors, aluminum windows, doors, insect screens and hurricane shutters. Installation services are available for all our manufactured products. Our opening hours are Monday to Friday 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., Saturdays 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. M&M Hardware Limited. Come on in and experience our affordable prices. Or call us 444-6757 or 440-6757 Dusty Highway. Email us at info@mahonhardware.com or mnmdusty@mahonhardware.com. M&M Hardware, foundation to roof. Let's build together.
Myers Collection, located on Main Street, Hotel St. Patrick, announces its back-to-school promotion. We supply primary school uniforms for schools in St. Patrick, secondary uniform for McDonald's College, Mount Rose Seventh-day Adventist Comprehensive, and St. Mark's Secondary. We also supply some preschool uniforms along with other school accessories such as bags, shirts, vests, socks, notebooks, etc. We accept government and Grenada vouchers. So when shopping, check out Myers Collection for all your back-to-school supplies as well as household items at very competitive prices. Opening hours from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and later for your convenience. For more information, call 449-6197. Myers Collection.
Get high making money moves with the NLA's new Aces High Scratch game with 4 chances to win. Beat the dealer's card to win the prize shown. Reveal an A symbol. And just like that, you are automatically a winner. Scratch away to win the top prize of $10,000. Win easy with Scratch. Must be 18 or older to play.
It is real. It's 91.9, 91.5, www.drealfmgrenada.com. Andrew Donald together with Carl Caton in the morning right here on your favorite radio station. Now, I was able to reach Comrade Anthony Boson, if I can call him that. All of us is Comrade. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, comrade.
All of us is Comrade.
You're all comrades. You're all comrades.
Every time I use that statement, Tony, I have to have a laugh. All of us is Comrade. So you good?
I'm good for the time.
All right.
How are you?
I'm okay, you know. I'm okay.
And your co-host, Brother Keaton?
Well,
I'm good, man.
He can speak for himself.
How are you, Carl?
I'm good.
You're good. Great.
Yeah, I'm in the company of the guru.
I could hardly hear Carl.
You see, I'm in the company of the guru, Andre Donald.
He says he's in the company of the guru.
Oh, great. Good. You're in good company.
Mr. Boson, Godwin Phillip, one of your constituents, just called. And he was speaking to something that happened, well, that well, not necessarily in your constituency, but the greater impact will be felt in your constituency, which was the official opening of that furniture center, I will call it, in the Montrich area yesterday. What can you tell us? Were you there?
Yes, I was there. Andre, first of all, sometimes I do not look at constituencies. I look at the parish. And I saw that project as a parish project. But let me tell you how it started. Yesterday was the official opening. I'm a bit disappointed that it was kind of low-key. It was handled by the Ministry of Education, a project of this nature, a national project, one which I think is unique in the entire OECS in terms of having an integrated training and production facility for the making of all school furniture. And the PR, in my opinion, was not at a level that I expected. I believe you have some idea as to the genesis of that project. And we have to go way back to 2014. That project was 7 years in the making. It started off, it's important to know how things start off so we know where we are. After the general elections of 2013, the Prime Minister approached every parliamentary representative and he said to them, I want you to identify a project in your area or your constituency that could create some employment opportunities as well as training opportunities for the young people. That was its main concern then because of the high level of unemployment among our young people. Therefore, we were given a task to come up with a project, and I was wondering what exactly I could come up with. Being the Minister for Education at the time, I was fully aware that as a government, we were importing millions of dollars worth of furniture from Trinidad and Canada and other places, mainly plastic furniture. At the same time, having visited some of the schools, I realized that we were also wasting a lot of money in the sense that furniture that were broken were not being repaired. They were just thrown away. That's wooden furniture. Even office furniture, I felt that there was a need because we were importing or maybe buying from other sources a lot of those things. And therefore I said to myself, why not focus on a project that could be involved in the production and repair of school furniture? But passing in the area all the time, going up Montrich, I realized that we had this abandoned furniture factory. Well, we call it Snail Hall, but it's really in Montrich. It belonging to the Markley family. And I said to myself, well, hey, we need furniture. This place is closed. Why not approach the Markley family with a view to having that facility transferred to government and use it to produce school furniture? I did approach the Markley family through Dr. Bernard Francois, who is the relationship in law with the family. And they said, yes, we are willing to consider transferring the facility to government, provided that government also take over the existing mortgage. Then I went back to the government and I told them, look at the situation, and we agreed. We approached the Grenada Development Bank, and eventually we got the facility to be transferred to the government, valued at that time about $450,000. So the government first initial rule was to take over the mortgage from GDB at an estimated cost of $450,000, and then we secured the building. But the building was in a state of disrepair, and we also had to incur an additional $200,000 in repair, in upgrading. So although the building is physically located on the side of the road in St. Patrick East, it did not prevent me from using the facility for my project, because that I consider that was my project, because every rep was supposed to come up with his or her own project. So that, it started off small, a constituency project, but eventually this thing blew up to a national project. But the next important step, Andre, was to train young people, because yes, we have the building, we have the market, but we did not have the labor force. And the focus then was on young people being employed. Therefore, we identified about 50 young people from within the constituency of St. Patrick West. All of the trainees were recruited from St. Patrick West because that was a constituency project. They were trained because that facility was not yet ready. They were trained at two locations, Shanty Mill Furniture Making and the furniture making factory down in Moncrief, Fraser's Furniture. In addition to the apprenticeship training, we trained a few of them in the art of marketing and in the repair of equipment. So eventually, government took on the responsibility of the training. The trainees were paid a stipend of $700 during the 3 months they were trained. And eventually, government spent about $180,000 to train the young people in preparation for taking up employment in that factory to produce the school furniture.
Mm-hmm.
But then came elections of 2018, and as you know, that was the end of my tenure with the ministry, and I did not go back into a ministerial position. Therefore, Pamela Moses took over the project from there, where they ordered some new equipment and expanded the scope to not only production of furniture, but to make it a national training institute as well. Hence the reason why it is called the National Development Institute or Training Institute. And that is what was opened yesterday. But the main focus of the project is to produce furniture for schools as well as to repair school furniture and to produce furniture for government offices as well. But again, as I said, it is a unique project in the sense that you are integrating training as well as production. You do not find that anywhere else. Even if you go to Nulu, you will have the theory taking place, the apprenticeship taking place in one area, but actual production will be taking place somewhere else. But we have integrated that, and that is what makes it unique. And I believe there is a great future for this project once it is properly managed. Once the price and quality is good, I think that could be a tremendous success in supplying our schools and offices with locally made furniture.
Well, that is extremely great to hear, meaning that the place has already, is now opened up, because my Prime Minister has taken a lot of licks for this on social media. So it's really, really great now that it has finally opened its doors. Where are you guys going from there? What happens from now?
Well, as the place is ready. If you visit the factory, you will see a lot of modern furniture, top of the art furniture. You will also see on display some of the furniture made of desk, beautiful, and they are ready. The person in charge, the managing director, is Mr. Tanis, who, as you knew, was the principal of the facility on the canal there. He is well versed in this aspect of furniture making. And based on what he said yesterday, he's committed to ensuring that this thing is viable and sustainable. So I'm looking forward to seeing serious production taking place there and providing employment opportunities for the people of St. Patrick to start with, in addition to being a facility for national training. Let us look at it in that perspective. You can come from any part of Grenada. Once you are interested in the making of furniture and related activities, that facility will provide the training, because we do have the space there for that. So it's a matter of moving into production on a heightened level right now.
You spoke of that being the only one of its kind in the OECS, and we might even include Barbados in this, and maybe stretch it to Trinidad. I don't know if. So what does this mean for the state, Anthony? Explain what this really means for the state of Grenada.
Okay, Andrew, we can look at it from various perspectives. First and foremost, training. It's a national training institute, yeah? So it means that our young people will use that facility to get the CVQs even up to level 4. Yeah? So you're therefore improving the employability of our young people. Because what we do have in Grenada right now is a situation where there is high level of unemployment, especially among our young people, coexisting with critical skill shortages for certain goods and service. So what we want to do now is to improve the skill content of our young people, so at least they could be gainfully employed and therefore reduce unemployment. So that will be that part of it. The other part is what we call the direct production, whereby instead of importing millions of dollars of school furniture into our country on a yearly basis, that could be done locally, creating employment for our young people, utilizing material that is more environmentally friendly, because this plastic and this iron thing that we import, we have a problem with disposal of those. So really, we are achieving a dual objective: training our people, making them more employable, and at the same time creating employment through input substitution possibilities by producing locally the school furniture, the office furniture that we now are importing.
You speak of production, sir, but how about and the fact that we'll be creating environmentally friendly furniture? What about repairs?
Yeah, what is production and repair?
Okay.
It's production and repair. And to me, the repair component is even more important, because you know what is happening now. Furniture is broken and they just discard it. It is thrown away. And that could be easily repaired and go back into use. Again, saving on scarce foreign exchange.
This operates totally under the Ministry for Education, or are we going to see maybe in a short while it moves to what I may call a statutory body?
Correct. Right now it is under the direct control of the Ministry of Education, but the intention is that a statutory body will be set up to take over the management and control of the operation, because we know government is not, ministry is not the best entity to really manage such an enterprise. This thing has to be profit-driven, and therefore we have to put it under an entity that is concerned about profitability and at the same time providing quality service. And either statutory body or company will be, I think, the best vehicle to achieving that, not being directly under the control of a ministry. I do not believe it was never envisaged that it would be under the control or management of the Ministry of Education or any other government ministry. I do not support that.
Mr. Bolson, one of the things here is that you've just spoken about that. That took place yesterday. And last week or sometime very recent, we saw a clothing factory being launched in the St. Andrew area, Pearls, I think it was. Are you aware of that?
I'm aware of that.
What does that speak to, Mr. Bolson? Looking at these two projects, the one yesterday and that one in Pearls, what does that speak to what government is doing?
It speaks to a number of things. Because one of the criticisms being leveled against this government by opposition forces is that we do not have factories, we don't have facilities for people to be employed. And here we have two major entities. One for production of garments, and we're talking about garments. It could be school uniform, it could be for people who want to play carnival once that is back, to norm. So, there again you have a vast market, right? Because we import a lot of these garments into the country right now. So we're creating employment while at the same time preserving scarce foreign exchange through garment production, because there's a mass market there. And the same thing goes for the furniture making, where there's a mass market, a mass local market, so employment. is key. And the people who are saying that government is not concerned about factories and only about hotels and things like that, they are being proven wrong, because here we see two major entities that will be focusing on production, job creation for our people, especially our young people. So we are moving in that direction.
So government providing life skills here for young people.
Exactly, quite correctly so. And the necessary training. But not only the production, but the training. Because you do not have to work in a factory if you don't want to. But once you have the necessary training, you can go on and establish your own, become self-employed.
Okay.
That is also for the factory, because someone who is skilled might say, listen, man, I am competent in this thing, let me set up my own factory. So we are creating that avenue as well for people to become self-employed.
Anthony Boson, your government has done furniture, your government has done clothing. What next is your government going to do?
Well, there are other avenues, and again, government could be the driving force, but eventually I would like to see the private sector, I do not want to see government controlling these entities. I don't think it is in the best interest of the government in the long run. But the private sector should take a cue, right? And what we are doing, again, as I said, providing opportunities for persons in the private sector to become self-employed. So government is just providing the vehicle through which that could be done. And there are other opportunities, maybe agro-processing, small agro-processing. There might be opportunities there as well.
Well, let me give you one, because I like to give. I like to give them. They come a mile a minute, so I just give them away. So let me give you one, Mr. Boson. You need to. This is another project that you're not in cabinet, but you can do so and call your friend on the other side, meaning in the next constituency, Pamela, and say, hey, Pam, I need for you to raise this in Parliament, in cabinet for me. Here's what it is, Tony. During the 1979 period, 79 to 83 period, living in St. George's, even before that, living in St. George's, on a Sunday, it was Pebbles. Everybody went to Pebbles to get ice cream.
Yeah.
And we were not as competent with equipment then as we are now. Mr. Boson, we have sauce up, spoiling, pawpaw, spoiling, fruits on a whole, spoiling in Grenada. It is time for you, sir, and I'm saying you, Mr. Boson, to do a project which would speak to the development of these flavors of ice cream, because ice cream is slowly creeping back to be where it was during that time and even go higher, the sale of ice cream. And if we have someone, or we have an area a company that developed local flavors. So we don't, vanilla we can grow here. I know that for a fact. But I am not going to be given pistachio, and I don't even know what a pistachio look like. I'm given local flavors that are developed here. So I'm saying, you, Mr. Boson, this is something that you can invest some time in together with young people in your constituency and come up with something like that. Are you game?
I'm glad you mentioned the PRG era. And I can tell you a lot about that. We can speak about hours on that.
Yeah, all of us is comrade, remember?
Well, comrade, because I was involved with that at that time, remember?
Mm-hmm.
During the 1979-83 period, we had a number of agro processing activities, seeds processing, things like that, yeah? I happen to be the person in charge of industrial development. I was the permanent secretary responsible for industrial development at that time. We were living under what you call a state-driven, or what we'll call a socialist-type government, where the state moved to control a significant aspect of the productive activities in the country. Yeah? It meant that the state was prepared to take certain risks, where the financial viability was not the key factor. What was important then was that we were using local resources and employing our people. That was the emphasis the state placed. We moved out of that and go back into the pure capitalist type model of governance, where the private sector is now the main force. And remember, where the government might be more concerned about social impact, the private sector is more concerned about the profitability. Do I undertake something if it does not make profit, if it's not profitable? I can tell you as a fact, the agro-processing plant that was established during the PRG time, yes, it created a national impact in the sense that we are producing nectars, mango nectars, tamarind nectars, but at what cost? And I can tell you as a fact, financially, it was not viable. Government was subsidizing the agro-processing plant. Yeah? But the fact that we are producing nectars, it created that awareness that Grenada is doing something, but at what cost? Right now, Andre, we do have in La Sagesse maybe one of the most modern agro-processing facilities you can find in the OECS, established by a gentleman called Dr. Mitchell. I can't remember his first name.
Definitely not Keith Mitchell.
Not
So let's all right.
No. That plant now is closed, state of the art. You know why? Financially, it's not viable. Because sometimes we say, well, boy, a lot of mangoes, look at mango going to waste. When you set up this modern plant, in 2 days you can utilize all of the mangoes you produce in Grenada. And it means that for the remaining 100 days, that plant will remain underutilized. Financially, it's not viable. You're talking about scale production. What we need in Grenada is not these massive plants that will utilize all of your raw materials in just 1 day. Because remember, if you're making something like mango nectar, you cannot use mango long, mango thin, mango grafted, and say, well, we have mangoes and just make nectar. No, it has to be of a specific brand. Yeah? So we have to be very careful when we talk about setting up a factory to manufacture all the raw material you see in Grenada. It does not happen that way.
Did you get that? That's what I said.
No, I'm not. No, I'm just giving you an overview.
Okay.
I'm coming now to what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
What you have said makes a lot of sense, but it has to be driven by private individuals who see the possibility of making a return, a profit on what you're talking about, and there is a market for that. So we are not a state-driven country anymore, where the government is the dominant force in production. We want people in the private sector to come forward with those ideas, and the government will support you with the financing. The GDP is prepared to provide that financing, although some people say, well, it takes so long and X, Y, Z. I've heard even you yourself make certain criticism. But the government is prepared to provide the support to the private sector and those who have the inclination and those who see the possibility of making a profit, because everything you do now, Andre, is not because of any kind of philanthropic aspiration. It must be profit-driven. And if you cannot make a profit out of doing something, you will not do it.
All right, so Mr. Boston, here is what. Carl Caton is looking at me, and I'm looking at him, and we are saying, okay, fine, we think that we can put our shoulders to the wheel on something like this. Can we come and sit and talk to you, and you help us, you guide us through what we are supposed to do?
Yes, certainly, and we have people who can do that.
Okay.
I am prepared to help, and we can identify persons in the government service who can also help you. The GIDC, the Grenada Investment Development Corporation, also there to facilitate people with project ideas. You have an idea, you go to them, they will help you put a project document together, which you can submit for financing. But I think that is where we are dropping the ball as individual entrepreneurs, and thinking that government must establish this factory and government not setting up factory. No, that is not the role of government. Government is to facilitate private enterprise. Once the private entrepreneur sees the possibility of making a financial return on his investment, you will not invest something to make a loss.
Okay.
The state could afford to take that risk, as we did during 79-23.
Yeah.
A lot of the things that we did then were heavily subsidized. And a lot of people don't know that. But they keep saying, well, yes, the PRG was making nectar. At what cost? 99% of the cost of producing the nectar there went to imported the containers. Another thing, the local product, the mango, comprised less than 5% of the total input of the final product. And a lot of people don't know that. You paid for the sugar, you paid for the container, you paid for the preservatives, everything. The local content was maybe just less than 5%. And we have to look at those things in a business context rather than saying, well, government must establish factories. You just don't establish factories like that.
Yeah. I like that one. But I also love the fact, and let me congratulate you all again, backtrack and congratulate the clothing factory in Pearls, wonderful. The furniture factory in Montreach, beautiful. And as you said, there will be others to come, but there can be more based on the fact that private individuals can come together and say, hey, we want to do this. Can you assist us? Would we be able? And this is something.
Absolutely correct, Andre.
This is something that somebody asked me, Mr. Boson, and it just came right back to me. And the person said to me, Andre, you know, we have ideas for projects, and CBI is supposed to be assisting in different projects. He says, but the local man can't make use of CBI. Do you agree?
Well, when you say you can make use of CBI, what means
Well,
that?
because with CBI, if you have a project and the project is like $100,000, let's say we're just using $100,000 as a figure, then you as the individual, you probably have to come up with say maybe about 40, 50, maybe even 60%.
You have to make a contribution of, maybe 30-40%.
Mm-hmm.
But Andre, let's go back to, let's look at this furniture making factory in Boston. Yeah? For years, and I really want to commend the McLeish family. That factory was operated by the McLeish family, Clanny, we call him Clanny, but it's Clement, yeah? The gentleman got sick and he was not able to operate again. Nobody, just as how I had the idea, because that idea, that was mine personally. Look, government importing all this furniture. We don't have any facility to repair. Don't you think a private person could have said, listen, why don't I try to get a factory and do the same thing? Just as how I had the idea that it could be used and get government involved. Don't you think a private investor could have done the same thing? Where are our investors? Where are our entrepreneurs? I was a minister of government then. I didn't have to come up with that idea. A private person could have done the same thing. I said, this factory is going waste. Let me resuscitate it. Let me make furniture to supply the government, the market for the schools. And now this thing has a great possibility of being a tremendous success because you have a ready local market. But I'm saying that sometimes everybody is depending on government to do this and government to do that. Maybe if I was a private entrepreneur, I might have been maybe hesitant as some others because well, I don't want to spend $400,000 to buy the factory and then buy. Everybody just waiting on government to do this and government to do that. That is not the role of a government. That should not be the role. I don't say it's not the role. It should not be the role of government. The private individuals should come forward with ideas and transform that ideas into a reality by way of a viable project. And the government role is to assist in various ways by maybe providing, in terms of access to the financing or providing the technical assistance to do the feasibility study. This study for that Montreach project, I contacted the TMR Community College because they have a department dealing with that, and they were able to put together a document which shows that this project would be viable. That could have been done by a private person.
All right. So Mr. Boson, as you exit this morning, and I always tell people when projects happen, don't just look at the project, but look at the different sectors that will benefit from the project. And we probably might just pass over this, and I don't want us to pass over this. An area that is going to benefit tremendously from this, and the fact that persons are going to be employed at the place, would be the bus service. The transport service stands to benefit because it means more people going in and coming out of the area.
Absolutely correct. They are what you call externalities, external benefits. The bus service, the vendors, one or two person might decide, hey, let me set up a little thing to sell my little drinks there. So many other things could happen. The craft industry could be resuscitated because out of the furniture making, you could move into craft production, and so many other things. You get tourists visiting the area. I mean, when this normalcy is returned, you could have that area as a stopping, what you call a specific stop on your route. Visit that factory, and so many other benefits could be derived from that.
And not just visit the factory, Tony. It can be a stop where you can go to Carib's Leap, and then you can go to the factory and get some sort of a figurine that says, I have been to Carib's Leap.
Absolutely correct.
Not Carib's Leap, but Carib Stone.
I have been to Carib Stone because Carib Stone is right there.
Yeah.
You link the two.
So you can link the two.
Exactly. So many things, but sometimes we do not, our creativity, sometimes is being suppressed. I don't know why. And everybody's just depending on government to do this.
You can arrange, Mr. Boson, to have government, yes, I say government here, to pay Carl Caton and myself as members of a think tank. We'll just sit there and think about different things that can be done.
I want you and Carl Caton to move beyond thinking. I want you and Carl Caton to move to implementation. Come up with a project.
We're coming to you. We just came up with it. We're coming to you, Tony.
I will help you put the project
together.
We'll get the financing and have it implemented.
Most definitely, Tony. Don't feel you're not going to be left out. We'll make sure that you get the first flavor.
I'm looking forward to that.
Got you, Tony. Take care of yourself, man.
Take care of yourself. Have a good day.
You too. Okay, bye-bye. Thanks again. Speaking there to parliamentary representative for the St. Patrick West constituency, the Honorable Anthony Boson. He doesn't have a middle name. You know that, Carl?
Yeah, I realize.
Yeah, he doesn't have a middle name.
But you want one instructive thing to take away from the delivery by Mr. Boson, the PR.
Terrible.
And
I state PR.
Yes.
State PR, terrible.
Just like that, people ought to know.
Yeah. Boss, I'm telling you, that PR, terrible. The PR for the clothing thing, that again, terrible. You cannot tell me. And I'm speaking straight here to the Prime Minister. Prime Minister, you can't tell me that you have rural news entities or a rural news entity, because we're the only one that do news outside of St. George's. Yeah? We're the only ones. And you can't tell me that your government would have invested so much in these two projects and your ministry, well, all ministry is yours, boss. You're the overseer. Yeah, the ministries ain't have the decency to WhatsApp. I'm saying to WhatsApp an invitation or to email an invitation so that Real FM can attend this for news purposes. Nah, Chief. They fail. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Donald.
Morning, sir.
Good morning, Mr. Keaton.
Morning.
No, we don't want anybody to join us in that factory. We want nobody to join us. No, thanks, but no thanks. All right. What else you have to say? Say what else you have to say, quick.
Oh my God! you the real. I don't know. I was about to tell you.
I know.
If I don't beat you on first stage, you understand?
No.
I will be a part of it.
No. We don't want you. Forget that, Devon. Devon, I know you. Since I hear your voice, I'm like, Devon, no.
Hey, put it that way. I've already started the process.
Okay, good for you.
So what better way than to just, embrace it and
no man, you do yours, we will do ours. Let's see. We get if you get through, that's good. If we get through, that's still good. If both of us get through, then we just have 2 in Grenada.
Harmony. Remember, we all are comrades.
But no, don't use that word. If you're using that word, when Anthony Wilson hears that, he's just going to crack up. If he gives one day when you see Tony Wilson, ask him what is meant by all of us is comrade. When he gives you that story, Devon, you'll be like, oh really? And this goes back to during the revolution. And it goes back to a high-level delegation that traveled out of Grenada. And it has to do with Selwyn Strachan. That is all I will tell you. It has to do with Selwyn Strachan. When Tony Boston gives you that joke, brethren, you are going to laugh. And every time you see him, you're going to say, all of us is comrade. It's amazing.
I think the direction that the government is going as it institute these projects and programs and so is good. But I would always criticize them when it comes to the efficiency of the PR.
Yeah, the PR.
Right?
Yeah. Scanty.
Has to go forward and do much more. Let our people know what is going on. Right? The opportunity that is there is so much. Right? And even Mr. Boson make a point when it comes to the revolution and what has been done. The revolution had a lot of ideas.
No, but as you mentioned, the PR again, the PR it's like a police boot on McCon because and Emlyn Pear, Minister Emlyn Pear has to do so and take full responsibility for this. This one, meaning the one that was opened yesterday, it is her ministry. Ministry of Education has the umbrella over this. So she has to take the responsibility. Plus,
department drop the ball.
Yeah, plus she is the Minister for Information. She is also and push aside and bring into focus the party. She is the public relations officer in the party. So on all fronts, she is responsible for information. And she now has to go into her ministry and say, hey, what is going on? She needs to do so. And all the parties, because you have people like Kevin Frederick and others who are responsible for information in different ministries. She has to do so and sit down and say, you know what? I want every single one of you, Mina Booker and all, I want every single one of you. I want you all here in a meeting and I want you to tell me exactly what you're doing on a day-to-day basis and how is it that these 2 projects would have happened and we had we had little or no information out about it. I am wondering, and I'm not sure, I'm wondering here, was GIS there? Mr. Bosa, was GIS there?
Yeah, GIS was there because I saw...
No, that's for the clothing one.
Okay.
I'm talking about the furniture one.
The furniture one, I wonder if it's...
That was yesterday.
Mikey or someone I picked it up on this morning. Right, and so... But
no. Miss Emlyn Pay has to take this one right in her feet. She has to realize, hey, my people dropped the ball and therefore I am responsible.
But Dre, what is more instructive to note in that whole affair? These 2 projects are rural projects, eh? So does the rural people know?
Well, I didn't know.
So
I pass there every day.
Having GIS and Mikey and them, how informative was it for the rural people? Because we keep saying, okay, all projects are in St. George, all projects are in town. When we have projects up here, it is not promulgated up here. So why?
Well, Andre and Keaton, I also want to put that responsibility on the 2 parliamentary representatives. They are not escaping that. They know what was about to happen yesterday, even if it was.
If you listen to Anthony Boson, he only got to know about a day or two before.
Okay, whenever he got to know about it, as a parliamentary representative, you have persons on the ground, right? Who are your supporters and
Devon, this is not normal times. So you cannot do it because you do not know what was the type of ceremony that they were going to have. So you cannot take on your own as a parliamentary representative for the area and go about and invite people to come out.
Not on your own, Andre. Right? As you say, it's not normal times. In coordination with Ministry of Health and the Ministry of Education.
Watch now, Brenton. You do so. You do so, Devon. And you as an MP, get an invitation to something. And then try to find how you could invite other people. It's going to take you a week to do that.
After the project,
it's going to take you a week. No, this time, Pamela Moses and Anthony Boson, I can't do so and stick them with anything. Other times, I've given them the links.
You're not giving me a chance to even
no, because I ain't like what you're saying. Go ahead, though.
Well, no, you could
go ahead.
Like it doesn't matter, right? But what I'm saying, it was part of their responsibility to ensure that within that area you have key persons within the protocol coming out there and not just being there, but even throughout the community around, let persons know what was about to go down there. Right? I mean, you have opportunities. Right? Make use of it. People want to know what is going on. And that is part of our government's problem. Right? They are doing so much things.
But that is what Mr. Boson did this morning. He made himself available. When I called him, he was there, he answered, and I told him, well, this is what I want. And he said, like, sure, Andre, I'll do it. So he made himself available this morning. He didn't have to.
Yes. But anyhow, we just have to learn from a lot of things that we not.
You still want us to learn, Devon? If you want us to learn this thing still, we staying right here. We have to do.
They want to be nice and trying to exonerate people from the responsibility.
Yeah, we have to do. We don't have to learn again. In relation to that.
I believe there's always room for improvement. Put it that way.
I agree.
Right.
But that is not improvement then. That is not improvement. That is doing.
But they're not performing with distinction as it relates to PR.
They're not performing at all.
And they have to be called out on that. As long as they keep sugarcoating it and saying maybe and we go out to learn, they won't improve. There comes a time when things ought to be done. You see, just how justice ought to be done. When you do justice, it should seem to be done. It should feel the effect. A lot of things done and the effect is not being felt. So then you have a tooting on GIS, and if you know what GIS, you don't know.
Exactly.
And then somebody go continue to say, okay, nothing is being done, but a lot is being done. But who's responsible? Who's responsible? Who's accountable for the information being promulgated?
Now, what I think, that there are certain harsh decisions our government and our party needs to make, and we have to forget about who make all the cries outside there, right? Put persons who can do the work in the position and pay them, right? We pay persons to do work in all different areas, and so public relations is one of our weaknesses. We have persons who can do the work. We have entities who can assist and be paid and do the work. Let us get it done. Have a good morning, gentlemen.
Take care. That's why you'll be run away from that conversation because you realize you get cornered. Good morning, Devon, my brother.
Asking if you get the con, man.
Oh, yeah, Devon, the con. He spoke to you, though?
Yeah, and I link him with the gentleman.
Good morning again.
Hello? What did you say?
Yeah, I'm here.
You got the con?
No, I spoke to the gentleman this morning.
Okay.
They are making arrangements for me to collect it.
Okay, good.
Because he came up with it yesterday and I didn't answer my phone at whatever.
Okay, great, no problem.
One love.
Take care.
Thanks, Mr. Caton.
Right.
It's real. It's 91.9 FM on the dial. The time has now moved on to 15 minutes make that 17 minutes before the top 10 o'clock. Clever Deputy, good morning. How are you going to move Kirani from the boulevard to the streets? Come on, people. The parish, yes. You say, no, you can't move from Kirani Boulevard to the Kirani streets. You should have done the streets and then do the boulevard. But anyhow, that's how these people behave. What with the amount of abandoned vehicles in Grenada, why not think of the same in another parish for bodywork training, etc.? National, let me see what it says here. National training, a win-win for our nation. That's not a bad one.
No.
That's not a bad one at all. Repairs. That's not a bad one. That's something that could be done. Auto mechanic. Body repairs, whatever. Restoration of abandoned buildings, throughout Grenada under training component, restore, rehabilitate, or lick down.
For who?
Well, restoration of buildings, if it would have to be a situation whereby government would acquire the building first. Okay. And restoration will come afterwards.
After acquisition,
and then it belongs to the state. And then the state does whatever with it afterwards. Okay? It says, hey, Andre, why you want to put Mr. Boson in the freezer? Oh boy, no, I didn't do that. The cone shell outlet by Sendell Tunnel. That's clever saying that. That was a long time ago. Why can't somebody find out how it was done? And mark you, most of the machines are still visible, including the lime factory, growing vine, enough for Tarzan to swing on. Okay, go on. Jeez, you Christ. Michelle Peters, Mr. Boson understands the sector. All right. So Tony, again, some props from Michelle. Clever again. Only thing making money back then was the Sandino plant. And I guess he's speaking back during the days of the revolution. Maxine Belfon saying, let me say good morning to Real FM and good morning to Mr. Carl and to you, Andre, just tuned in. Okay, fine. You're late as usual. Okay, Maxine wants to know also if there's cricket today. Yes, there's cricket. It starts at 11 o'clock. You're watching it live on your computer. Good for you. At least you learn how to use computer. Devon has ruled us out. Yeah, I know that. All right, name a few projects in town. That's a good one. Errol Bonaparte, good morning to you. Who we seen here? Maxine again. Andre. Oh, Ander? That's not my name. A-N-D-R-E, not A-N-D-E-R. In that context, would you say the minister... What? I don't understand that word, Maxine.
It's not context.
No, I cannot go on because I don't know what word. The word is spelled I-M-L-Y-N-E. I don't know what word is that. Okay, Deborah is saying, Uncle had key universal, but outside of that, I'm hard-pressed to think of any other myth. All right, go ahead. Key universal is just like call center. Yeah, that's smart there. Andre, what is performing with the station?
Who say that?
Watch, Belfon. Organize yourself, and you give me something that I don't even know how to. Them words are difficult to pronounce, and I don't know the meaning because it looks like if it's you that making your word name for yourself in that little corner of your word. When you send them word and Belfon, send the meaning. Send the meaning so I could understand which context you're speaking. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Donald.
Yeah, good morning, sir. How you doing? That sounds like Clifton Paul. Good morning to you.
Yeah, how you doing this morning, sir?
I'm all right.
Yeah. I just called, because watching the news and listening to you this morning with Mr. Boson concerning the opening of the facility at Montreach.
Mm-hmm.
And it sort of got to me because I remember clearly when I was parliamentary representative at the time, myself and Mr. Boson were in conversation with Mr. Clement McLeish. At the time he was alive still. And we were concerned about we were holding discussion about the Snell Hall pasture, the Snell Hall playing field. We had a good lengthy discussion and then we could say that we were going to go in for it, we'll see what happened and see if the government could continue with that playing field. Then Mr. McLeish came up with the idea of that facility up in Montreat there, his place, and he said that it's on sale. And he offered it to the then Prime Minister, Mr. Tillman Thomas. And Mr. Thomas did not show any interest. And he told Mr. Boson about it. And Mr. Boson said, no, that's a good opportunity for the government because we have a lot of young people with a lot of skills, a lot of potential and ability. And that is a good opportunity for the government to purchase that building, get the young people involved in terms of jobs and what have you, and things of the sort. I said, Mr. Boson, I think that is a very good idea. So when you go to Parliament, to Cabinet on Monday, raise it with in Cabinet, and let's see what goes. Let's see how it goes from there. Because I think that is a good initiative, and we should not leave it go by the wayside. Because we have the young people, and it's a good facility for them. Mr. Boson did that, and eventually the place was purchased by the government. I was surprised yesterday when I looking at the news and they said that the facility was open, and I see just a handful of people there. And I was not aware of it. I did not hear no word of it, so I said no. I have to call Mr. Boson this morning and give him a piece of my mind because we were both there. We were the two MPs at the time, and something of that nature happening, and I was not extended an invitation, and a number of prominent people in the surrounding areas were not even invited. So I did call him after I finished speaking to him. And he told me, well, he too was a bit surprised, but that falls under the Ministry of Education.
Okay.
And it was the Ministry of Education that went about and organized and what have you. I said, well, Mr. Boson, I don't think that's fair.
So you giving us, in essence, are you giving us a story of you and Mr. Boson and you all not being invited to something? That's what you're trying to say here?
No, but
okay.
What I'm saying here, I think it could have been done much better. The ministry, yes, it's under the control of the Ministry of Education.
Well, better might not be the word. It could be done different.
Different, right? Different.
Yeah, better might not be the word there.
Yes, thanks for the correction. It could have been done differently.
Yeah.
I know it's under the Ministry of Education. Fine. So what I'm saying, the ministry they have their part to do. Yes, do what they have to do on their end. But give the two parliamentary reps the opportunity, to do so and invite certain people, and have this thing done nicely, Because I was not aware, and I was the MP at the time, and no invitation was extended and things of this sort. I think it could have been done differently. More people could have been invited and things of this sort,
Well, it's okay for us to sit here and say that, but we don't know the crux of the matter. But I will just say what I've said before is that the PR wasn't done properly. So that probably could fall under, the invitations could probably fall under the whole PR thing too. Thanks for calling, bro.
Yeah, hold on now.
Uh-huh.
Boy, I met your partner in St. David the other day.
My partner, who's that?
Old Tree.
Oh, him.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
And I said, I stopped by a friend of mine and I met him there. I said, I know that face. Do you remember me? He said, yes, I remember you, but I remember the face. And he said, but you want to be met in the junction in Roseville, that's sometime in the 80s there. And
that's when you was playing DJ, man.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Sometime in the... And we had a good time. That time I used to be in my aunt's house right in the junction there, and we sat in the veranda there, and we take a set of booze and things like that and the other.
Mm.
So he said, you don't know my name? I said, no, I can't remember the name, but I remember the face clearly. He said, I remember you too. I remember the time we had my Havan there. And he said, Old Tree. I said, Old Tree? I said, that's not the name I know. Then he said, Martin. I said, well, yes, that's the name.
Yeah.
He said, you always listening and he always hearing about this Pablo, but he couldn't realize, he didn't realize it was me and this and that and the other. I said, yeah, man. Well, we had a good little chat and thing. He said, man, I got to tell Andre, man, I met Pablo.
All right. That's good then. That's good. Nice you met him.
He said, man, I knew you long before Andre. You know, Andre just come in yesterday morning.
All right, but let me tell you something. Next time, don't say where you meet the man. Just say you met the man. Suppose the man don't want nobody to know that he was in St. David's. Just say you met him.
All right, okay.
Have a nice day, brethren.
Yeah, man.
Okay, good.
We had a good old time in St. David's, though.
Oh, good. You go again, St. David's. You can hear. You had a good little time. You don't have to say where. Have a nice day, Pablo.
Yeah, take care, man. Have a great weekend.
Take care. One love.
All right.
Good morning, Grenada. Good morning, Carrick, P.D. Martin. Yvonne Roberts, good morning to you. You got to be careful. You know, Carl, Deputy raised the thing there and he says, key universal. And the interesting thing is that the key, there used to be a lot of people working at Key Universal, yeah? But when I look at it, that was a call center.
Yeah.
So we had call center way back in the 70s.
A long time ago.
Uncle had this thing rolling.
So does that speak to the visionary?
Of course, it speaks to the visionary uncle. Somebody is calling us. It looks like a long distance one. So, Carl, we're going to take this via our WhatsApp here. Okay. And then I'll come back to this uncle thing. Good morning. Hello? Oh, hung up. Uncle was a visionary, and we all know that. Uncle was a visionary. And I don't think he gets all the respect that he should get.
All the credit.
He doesn't get it, you know. Maxine is saying, Andre, in the future I'll have a chat with you. And that has opened up a box that I wanted to open so very long ago, Carl. And it is this. When I sit here on a daily basis, and I'm up at 3:30 in the morning, mentally preparing myself for this, and taking care of so many other things even before I get here. So my day starts when I get up. As a matter of fact, I was a go-between, someone who is trying to organize something in the US, and the person decided to use me as the conduit, as you would say, to get it done. And I tried my best. We've gotten about 40% of the way in terms of getting it done. But that I had to do even before I showered this morning. Now, when I'm finished here, I'll tell anybody straight up. Because of how my mind is fixated when I'm finished here and I need a break. I want my fans to know this. And it's difficult, it's hard for me to tell them, but I must tell them this. When I'm finished here, in terms of doing anything or responding to other things when I'm finished here, I can only respond to my two children because they deserve my attention 24 hours.
Yeah.
So I can only really respond to them. It's not that I don't care about other people, but that is when I can give them that, I can still give them that time. Do you understand? And people call, and sometimes I don't. And so I used to say, Carl, what I had to do was to change the ringtone.
Okay.
Of my phone. So
if your kids call, you know it's them.
Well, yeah. If my daughter calls me now, it will say your daughter is calling. If my son calls me, it will say your son is calling. That is, I mean, I love and appreciate all the fans. I love them. But there comes a time when I switch off from here, when I leave here, and I leave here sometimes 1 o'clock, 12:30, whatever, and I leave here, and I may go down the road by Abidem, and I stay there a bit, and person will come and they probably say hello, and I'll just say hello, and they find that I'm being curt, and it's not that. It's not that. It's just that I am still in a stage of winding down from the morning. When that's done, sometimes I don't even want to talk to myself, Carl.
Okay.
And people think that I'm ignoring them and stuff like that. No, I'm not ignoring you. I'm not ignoring you. It's just that sometimes I need time for me. After I would have rested, maybe around 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the evening, I can then start to respond to other people. Because that's the time in the evening, that's when you would call me.
Yeah.
Around 5, 6 o'clock in the evening. And I'm good at that. I can deal with people then. But when I cannot continue to go call from 3 o'clock in the morning and go ticking all 3 o'clock in the afternoon. No, I can't do it. I can't do it. And I apologize to the fans. I apologize to them. There was one young lady who called the other day, and when the young lady gave me her name, and I did not know her name. As a matter of fact, I don't know her by that name. I know her by another name.
Yeah.
So when she called, the name I saw on the phone was not her name. It was somebody else's name. So nonetheless, I answered the phone. And the person identified and said who they was. And I said, how can I help you? Right? And then the person asked the question about, the second time they asked a question, how are you doing? I said, well, tell me, how can I help you? Because Carl, how are you doing? It's a kind of an intimate thing.
Yeah, it's something more.
If you're asking me how I'm doing, I probably couldn't tell you how I'm doing really and truly, because we not that close. We close, but not that close. But then again, I didn't even know who I was talking to, yeah? So I says, how can I help you? And the person hung up the phone.
Wow.
The person hung up the phone, and Raymond, my cousin, Raymond Courtney, was standing right next to me. So I said to Raymond, did you hear me? He says, mm-hmm. I said, what did I do wrong? He said, nothing. I said, well, why did the person hang up the phone? He says, because the person doesn't understand what you're going through. Because he's the one who understands what I'm going through. And I was in that area with Raymond because I had to do something for Raymond, and I went to drop it off for him. So I park in the junction, call him and say, yo, I'm in junction, come and get the stuff. And please, I'm saying to people right now that I'm begging you, please, to all my fans, I'm begging you, please, understand my situation as it relates to me time. I love you guys tremendously. We're going to take the news call and then we'll be right back. This is Real FM. Stay with us.
Where you walk, what you say, when you talk, where you go, where you walk, what you say, when you talk.
It's a hungry world out there, with everybody scrambling to get a share. Wolf in sheep clothing, birds of prey waiting to swoop down on you, and there's no telling what they'll do. You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful.
Triple N. Informative, entertaining, and first. Every hour on the hour.
This is the latest news update as produced by Triple N. Details when we get back.
Energy management tips. Pay attention to how you use energy. Size equipment and appliances for the job needed. Unplug electronic devices and chargers when they are not in use. Turn off equipment and appliances when you're not using them. Lights, televisions, stereos, DVD players, and computers. Choose 220 appliances. Avoid transformers where possible.
Grenada, serving the nation.
Hello and welcome back locally. National Youth Organization, the Youth Emergency Action Committee, hosted their annual Community Emergency Response Teams program, empowering youngsters with the skills necessary to confidently respond to emergency situations. In the region, with COVID-19 cases averaging 500 a day in Jamaica, pushing the island's positivity rate to a staggering 41.9%, Prime Minister Andrew Holness announced 7 no movement days designated to break the transmission of the rampaging novel coronavirus. Around the globe, South Africa's parliament elects a recently fired ex-defense minister as speaker.
South Africa's parliament on Thursday elected a recently fired ex-defense minister as speaker, a senior position angering opposition parties who cast doubt on her competence and probity. Nosiviwe Mapisa Nkakula was removed as defense minister this month during a cabinet reshuffle that followed a spree of deadly unrest and looting in parts of South Africa. The ex-minister had come under fire for her perceived incompetence and for contradicting President Cyril Ramaphosa's claim that the event had been a pre-planned insurrection. MPs chose her on Thursday with 109.
And in sports, Lionel Messi must wait to make his much-anticipated debut for the Paris Saint-Germain after being left out of Friday's League One game at Brest. That ends the latest news update as produced by Triple N. I was your presenter, Maxine Entwine. Stay tuned.
Triple N. Informative, entertaining, and first. Every hour on the hour.
This is Dr. Chaitin again. Just letting you know, there is absolutely no excuse for sexual violence against our children.
Say no make them take advantage of you.
The best way to stay in control is to manage the things you can. Grenlec is encouraging you to build good habits. Manage your energy usage. Eliminate waste and get value for every dollar you spend. Manage your account. Pay your bill in full and on time to avoid arrears, disconnection, and reconnection costs. Manage your debts. Please call 237 for 24-hour bill enquiries or contact our customer care team urgently at telephone number 237. Though times are rapidly changing, our commitment to serving you will never change. Grenlec.
How going on, boy?
Hey, good old things.
Hey, easy.
Yeah.
Boy, in line, boy. Your house looking a real good day.
Boy, it's thanks to the hard-working and professional staff at the Housing Authority of Grenada. They handled me real nice. They did my plan, they did the construction, and I didn't even have to worry about a thing. They were there with me every step of the way, supervising the job, asking me about my concerns, giving me feedback as the house took shape. They were there from start to finish, and even put the keys in the palm of my hand. I give them an A++ for customer service.
Oh, it's people from housing bad, boy.
Boy, not bad. Excellent. If you're thinking about constructing your home, why not consult the Housing Authority of Grenada? You could visit them right down in the Sandino complex or give them a call 440-1015 or 440-1016 or check out their website hag473.com. They go handle you. They go jog your blocks, they go draw your plan, they go tote your materials. Hey man, where you going? The Housing Authority of Grenada is your choice for affordable housing and a stress-free construction experience.
M&M Hardware Limited, Hope St. Andrew and Dusty Highway St. George. Shop conveniently for all your building materials including plumbing, electrical, lumber, cement, steel and much more. We manufacture roofing sheets available in 11 colors, aluminum windows, doors, insect screens and hurricane shutters. Installation services are available for all our manufactured products. Our opening hours are Monday to Friday 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., Saturdays 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. M&M Hardware Limited. Come on in and experience our affordable prices. Or call us 444-6757 or 440-6757 Dusty Highway. Email us at info@mahonhardware.com or mnmdusty@mahonhardware.com. M&M Hardware, foundation to roof. Let's build together.
Let's get tough on breed-your larceny. It will destroy our economy. Larceny threatens our food security. Can hurt us locally, hurt us globally. To all the buyers, ask for license from all produce sellers. To all people, 300 for police for them thieving fellas. To all the farmers, please don't steal produce from your brother. Then you're selling to traffickers, hotels and street vendors. Nah, man. Let's do all we can to stop breed-your larceny. New vigilance, new laws, and a tough judiciary. Stop Grenada's organized business crime. It's time.
To report breed-your larceny, call 300.
With more, with the NLA's daily cash fall. Every day, with more plays and bigger prizes to be won. It's a 4-digit game with all the bet types you already know and much, much more. From 0000 to 9999. Choose your 4 numbers and place your bet from 11 different bet types. Choose from inline, 4 different mixes, first 3, last 3, and 4 different backup options too. Best of all, it starts at just $1, except for backups, which starts at $2. Win as much as $5,000 with a $1 inline bet, and as much as $6,200 in a $2 backup bet. Imagine $50,000 for a winning $10 inline bet. There's definitely more to win with the daily cash for. More plays, bigger prizes, twice per day, Mondays to Saturdays. Must be 18 and over to participate. NLA, making your dreams come true while supporting sports, culture, and nation building.
Yeah, I left it just like that so you guys could see us. So you would see what we do when we take a break. What we do when we take a break is just simply chat with each other a bit. You know, sometimes I pull him up where I think he would have made a false statement or a wrong statement, or I think he misstepped. And sometimes he pulls me. He pulls me up all the time.
Dre,
what?
I just want to go back on the whole PR scenario. Mm-hmm. And one must be conscious that when you're in government, you do for all and sundry. Use the government for all of Grenada. But you should not forget that your party has to vie for elections when it is due. So you have to do your accomplishments ought to be known. You cannot sit by and say, okay, yes, it is under the auspices of the Ministry of Education. That is the case. They have the part to play. However, you as a party ought to sing your song. So even if I come here every Friday and sing for my supper, as they say, but you have to sing with me. You can't expect me alone to sing, Andrew. You can't expect Andrew down and Carl Keaton alone to sing. Or you cannot expect not to give Andrew down and Carl Keaton the ammunition to sing. So not promulgating it in terms of that we cannot, as Devon...
Why would you say ammunition to sing? No, the lyrics.
The lyrics
or the music. The music sheet has to be given.
Yes.
The music sheet must be given or else notes cannot be.
And we got to strum by air, and we don't want to strum by air. So the PR had to wake up. Because remember, the Prime Minister made a pronouncement in the garment place, you know.
Yeah, and
very soon after jerseys could sell.
And will sell. Yeah.
And he would have influence on a group of people who will buy a lot of jerseys.
From a political party.
So that means one has to promote their accomplishments, or one has to tell the populace, here's why you should return me, because look what I've done X, Y, and Z. So
it's real. It's 91.9 on your dial. Stay with us, friends. We'll be right back.
You gotta be careful.
Where you go? Where you walk? What you say? When you talk? Where you go? Where you walk?
search for happiness, you got to leave a little room for loneliness. More things could happen. All of
Carl, sorry about that, but I tell you, you see how what I was speaking about before?
Yeah.
That's another thing I had to be taken care of again.
Yes.
And this is what happens a mile a minute, but nonetheless. Maxine Belfont says good morning to you again.
Morning, Zico.
Yeah. He's a footballer?
He used to call himself Zico.
Oh, please. Are you crazy? Maxine Belfont, a footballer? Are you mad?
Maxine used to play cricket and football.
Really?
Yeah, he likes small goal a lot.
Okay. Yeah. Let's get back to this PR thing and because these are police boots on the con too. Seriously.
No, this PR thing really
It ain't working.
Yeah, he has to.
It ain't working. It ain't working. And I don't know if I'm in a position to suggest, but I'd say this. There needs to be a coming together of persons of like interest.
Meeting of the minds.
Meeting of the minds in relation to PR for the party. Government PR would have to do something on its own.
Yes.
But PR for the party?
Yeah,
there are persons who are willing to.
Not only willing and are capable.
And capable of doing. You see, it's not about sending to St. Patrick's East or St. Patrick's West or St. Andrew Northeast or Northwest, wherever. It's not about sending a letter to them and saying, send me your person who is responsible for PR. No, that is not going to work.
No.
Because that person who is responsible for PR may be so much out of touch, they can't even use a smartphone.
But not only that, Andre, what I recognize, even in some of the constituency branches, the public relation officer is not a public relations person.
Exactly. These people only have a position for a position's sake. So I'm saying there are persons who have that ability.
And one of the things what people have to understand, even with the Prime Minister, Dre, and even representatives from constituency ought to realize, in my view, being around the Prime Minister for a little while and listening for a long time, when he speaks about something, there's something what on his mind. If you don't worry with something, you never hear him speak about it. So when he says Jaws, he go sell. Election is on his mind.
Of course.
So if you understand,
that's on his mind.
If you understand the Prime Minister, how he operates, what he speaks about is what is on his mind. So the last time when the teachers and when they walking up and down the road, he don't respond to them. I tell a friend of mine, he don't worry these people on him. They're not on his mind. Because if they was on him, he'd address it sooner. Because he knew the time when would come when he would do what he has to do, the 4% and so on. So he was not on his mind. So going to this garment place and making it a point to say that Jaws is go sell, the PR ought to pick that up. And sometimes, you listen to people to listen to what they don't say. So he didn't say he think, but based on what was uttered, you have to step up in prayer. There's so much things.
The thing about it is that the news department, I mean, I picked it up, but I try my very best not to have anything in terms of influence in the newsroom. I am aware, not to prejudice anything. Yeah. I'm aware of what is happening. I would listen to, I'll ask questions, what are you doing, whatever, and I try not to do some push stories on them. But I heard it, and that to me leaves or creates a big question for the next group of people who are going to interview the Prime Minister. Or anytime anybody finds the Prime Minister in a situation where they can pop a question, Mr. Prime Minister, based on the comment you made at the opening of the Pearls Garment Factory,
yes,
Prime Minister, can you give us an idea as to how soon those jerseys could be sold? And that's your election,
and that's a fair question.
That's a fair question because he did open up.
Yes,
he did open up.
He left the door ajar.
He left the door ajar. So, man, let me tell you something. Yeah, we got a caller. Let me take it. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning, ma'am.
And I want to ask a question about the soca artists and them. But let me say first that I didn't go to secondary school, and thank God I reached the school God said to reach 310. So, and I'm not a young person. But with these soca artists and them was singing, I want to know what they're teaching the young people, what's coming up in life. Because to me, all their songs is Jama Woman, Juke, Wine, Jump. Well, so what is the lesson for the young people? I want to know if these soca artists, people, and these young men too, if they can sing something that the young people could learn something from. That is the question I'm asking. Because I find all what they're singing is, I don't know how to call it. Because I don't hear them singing nothing good that you could learn something from. Well, I old already, so I don't have to learn nothing from that. But for the young people coming up, what they're teaching them. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Supply and demand.
Supply and demand. That's probably the only way we can.
That's only way we could rationalize it, because there's a lot of persons who wait to juke and jam and follow instruction and run up so and run down so and run there with it, break down the fence.
Sit down
on it.
Mm-hmm. Sit down, don't move, don't move.
And jump up right there.
Right there. Jump up on the same spot.
Yes.
That is a soca. That's soca we just right there.
Yeah. Ben a girl and walker and all that kind of thing.
And I see that there are soca artists who are, well, it's hard to say. It's hard, very hard to say. And we do not have in circulation a large number of Grenada flags. We do not have in circulation a large number of Grenada flags. We have a piece of cloth with a painting on it that resembles the Grenada flag. Because Carl, as an ex-police officer of high rank, you might be able to help me here that the national flag does have black in the nutmeg.
Yes.
And these pieces of cloth, satin cloth with the colors painted that represents, that looks like our national flag, does not have that black in the nutmeg. So therefore, it means it is not the Grenada flag.
It's not authentic.
It's not authentic. It's not, well, it's just not the flag.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah.
No. So it's okay for somebody to do something, take it and play jab, right?
And walk all up on it and so on.
It's okay. It's not disrespect, is it?
Well, if it's not a real thing,
it's not disrespect.
Only the real thing you could disrespect.
Okay. So because I see a lot of artists, and the last one I saw was Top Cat and his friends using that piece of cloth, and it's all soiled with black substance. I don't know if it's oil or whatever they used. So I guess they're not in the wrong.
No.
They're not in the wrong.
And to just to backtrack a bit, Dexter made a comment this morning, and I'll try to grapple with it until now, about the artists, the livelihood, and vaccination. I told myself I wouldn't speak on it, but if your livelihood is X, Y, and Z, you is to go and travel overseas and to travel in shows and things, and you'll be gainfully employed by doing that. What hinders though for getting vaccinated so you could make a livelihood? Now, I don't know, like I can't answer that question for myself, but I'm just asking, maybe one of these soca artists might tell me why you're not doing that, and that's your livelihood. To blame Keith Mitchell at the end of the day and say things hard, and you know there's a way that you could do what you're doing to earn a living. So, no, I just brought up that and in light of the person talk about the soca artists and so forth. And maybe that could come to the reason why the songs they're singing, because if you don't care about your own self and your own livelihood. Maybe you won't do good songs, or you won't do songs to teach anybody anything. Because if you're conscious enough of your own livelihood, taking own bread from yourself, then I don't expect you to sing no nation building or uplifting thing. If you don't care about you, and self-love starts with you, you don't care about anybody else. So the whole maxim of job, don't care, maybe it's a real thing to other people and it's not just a saying. Because if you sat and you say, oh, men sing, oh, this thing, this lockdown bad, I want a break, I want a fet and all other things. And they say, okay, here's how you could get that, but you have to do that. But you're being recalcitrant, you're not doing that, and you expect to receive that. And added to that, you are one of the persons, or the elite, or the privileged set, or the privilegiancias by having an official passport, which is not everybody in Grenada has an official passport.
No.
So you have to have some responsibility, some accountability. So if you know you're not ready to go the 9 yards, don't accept the people thing. Because you can't tell me an ambassador fighting the general thing as to not cause the thing to be. So who your ambassador in yourself? So I think they have to revisit this official passport and ambassador thing. Or if you intend to give one, you go through a whole checklist with this man and say, here's what. If you don't agree with any one of it, it's your rights, because you come back down to rights again. It's your rights not to agree, so it's your rights not to accept. Because you could do accept the thing, and one can fault you for not accepting it. So if you do accept it, one cannot expect you to do X, Y, Z. But once you accept it, the expectation of X, Y, Z fall solely with you. So you can, as you see, on one side of the mouth saying yes, and on the other side, and your action saying no.
Listen, Carl, I empathize with all those who have been transgressors of the law and hold in their position official passport, or would love to be in line for a official passport. Because if I was in the position, I'd say, let the job give you. The job that you adore, the job that you love, the job that you can't do without, the job that you can't do without, let the job give you. You understand? So, I wonder if I really want to continue commenting on them. Because they're jackassing the thing.
And let me don't give them a platform.
Let me don't give them that kind of platform. Johnny, good morning, Johnny Charles. Okay,
Johnny.
We have a notice here just been handed to us and it's coming from your area. Notice is hereby given that the annual general meeting of the River Sally Cooperative Credit Union is scheduled for Thursday, the 26th day of August, from 4 p.m. at the River Sally Government School, located, of course, in River Sally, St. Patrick's, under the theme Building Our Community Through Governance and Financial Practices. Members attending should register at the following branches: the River Sally St. Patrick's branch, that's on Main Street in Sateas.
Yeah.
They can register there. And of course, they can also register at the home in River Sally. The telephone number is 442-2732 or 442-9870. You want to send them an email to register, you can do so, info@riversallycreditunion.com. One word, River Sally Credit Union. And it's Sally, S-A-L-L-E-E, not S-A-L-E or S-A-L-L-E. There are 2 L's and 2 E's. Yeah. Management wishes to advise their members that offices will be closed from 12 noon on the said date, which is the 26th of August. That will be next Thursday. the offices will be closed from 12 noon on the said day to facilitate their meeting. They regret any inconvenience that the early closure may cause. However, business will resume as normal on Friday, the 27th day of August 2001. Please be advised that all COVID protocols will be in full effect. What do they mean by all COVID protocols?
Sanitizing, masks and so on, distancing. So I think they go set up the school for that. I think that is why they want persons registered to have an idea of how many people that might be there.
What they should have done is realize how many people that they can accommodate, and then say, hey, please register early, so that, because we have a limited number of space, a limited amount of space available, so please register early. That, and I'm hoping that they're listening.
I think it's that they wanted to say, but they don't say it. Dre.
And this is why, Carl, you said something very important there. That is what they wanted to say and didn't say it. And I always say to people, you want something done, just itemize what, where, when, who. Right? Send us that and then we can put it together. Don't try to put it together for yourself. And if we do so and we rewrite it, then sometimes most people have a problem. Oh, it was rewritten. We didn't, that's not how we wanted it.
That's not what we want to see.
Because what I read there is what they wanted.
Yeah.
Anyway, but that's the life. You were going to say something, my good brother. It's 10:30. Remember, at 5 minutes to 11,
yes,
we should be joining our folks inside of Jamaica for cricket, lovely cricket. And the cricket today comes to you with the compliments of Grenlec, Calico, National Lottery Authority, Republic Bank Grenada, the Grenville Cooperative Credit Union, the Grenada Tourism Association, and the Housing Authority of Grenada. All these lovely people coming together to make sure that you can hear cricket today on Real FM Radio. I will start and then Dougal will take over from somewhere around 1 o'clock this afternoon. You were saying?
Back to the PR system. It's a burning concern,
Let me tell you something.
And I need you to speak to that.
PR at government, PR at party?
Party, man, party.
Let me put it to you this way. I know what I can do. I know that I'm available. I cannot work with red tape. So if things have to be done, it has to be done. Do you understand?
But
am I going to be beating my chest and say I can do it? No, I wouldn't beat my chest and say I could do it, but I know that I am capable of taking it a distance. And I know that there are others within the system who could handle this. And my thing is that, okay, then the question say, well, okay, how do we go about it? Simple. The public relations officer for the party, who is Honorable Emmeline Pierre, she's the public relations officer for the party. I believe that what she can do, or what she should do at this time, because she has a lot of work. Like it or not, she has a lot of work. And the work has to do with education, what I call religious affairs, information at the government level. No, those are serious challenges. No doubt about that. I wonder how she gets through the day sometimes. So therefore, she needs to delegate responsibilities and say, let me put a team together, a team that I can trust, and say to the team, look, the PR for the party, this is what we need to get done. You decide how we're going to do it. Before you start to do it, you give me a paper and I decide, okay, fine, yes, we're going to go ahead with this paper, then you do it, or no, we need to make X change here and Y change here.
Mm-hmm.
That is how it is. That is how I see it at this particular point in time. It cannot be that the minister herself is saddled with it to come up with the ideas of how it is done, to implement and ensure that it's being done. No, she has to learn to be able to give that responsibility and let her subordinates work to it. If they ain't working, cut them out. If Andre playing mouth loud and he could do this, and you bring him in and he ain't do nothing, cut him out and bring in Carl. No, that's the only way it can work out. Otherwise, it's not going to work.
I agree with you 100%. But you know a lot about basketball. I know when the playoff comes around, if you lose, you're going home.
But yeah.
Regular season, you could lose games and still be in contention. When the playoff, you have to win. And party that gets one into government. So you cannot say, okay, yes, albeit you have a lot of work to do, albeit you see it's challenging. However, party that gets you into government, Andre.
Boy.
You don't agree with that?
Well, there's no other way to get into government.
Yeah.
There's no other way to get into government. It has to be your party.
And then and the populace that gets the party. So you have to inform persons. The person ought to know what is going on. And I find too much is being done and people don't know about it.
Yeah, too much is being done. And even from a party level. And this is something that, one of the things that they need to do. The place that was opening yesterday, there has to be something that says, okay, fine. For the party, we are going to leave one person per polling division.
Yes.
So you knew that Anthony Wilson has 9 polling divisions. So you know that 9 persons are going to come there, 1 per polling division. So that 1 can go back and tell the others. You don't want all.
No.
Pamela Moses has 6?
Yeah.
So 6. So that's 15 people you know that you get in. Deal with it. And you can deal with it on that level in all other constituencies. When you having functions like that, you cannot accommodate all the people that you would love to. Yeah. You don't want people stringing on the outside and things. So you know, and you just make it a general thing and say, look, this is what it is. 1 person per polling division.
Yeah.
And problem solved. So that person now could be the PR person who goes back and speaks to the polling division as to what took place. And therefore they have the song sheet with lyrics and the music and they're able to sing.
And the person you're selecting to go there, Trey, should be savvy enough with the platform of social media. So all who is in that person contact ought to know what's going on. Everybody on that contact, so you shouldn't be talking to somebody and they don't know that it happened up there.
True. But there are so many things that has to be done on the party level in relation to PR. And there's so little time to do it. Because once the Prime Minister starts to say, Josie go sell in Grenada, you know, you understand? That is a sign. Josie go sell in Grenada. That's what the man say. The man say, and the man, watch, not just saying that, you know. Hear the man saying that. People should buy their jersey and have it there.
Yes.
So it tells you.
And you see, he know he go influence a lot of jerseys to buy him.
And he says, jerseys go buy and steady. You know what that means, Carl? The Prime Minister is going to call elections like this. Snap.
Yeah.
Bang.
Boom, bang.
Boom, bang. And that's it, you know. All that is what he said, you know. And nobody picking up on that, you know.
Nah.
Johnny, I'm sure you understand. I'm sure you know that, Johnny. Johnny must be picking up on that. I don't know. I really don't know. I really don't know. We just need to get it together. And I implore on the minister, who is the public relations officer for the party, I say to her, hey, get some people who can work. Get some, you know who she needs to get? Some workers. And I'm speaking in relation to the bee colony. You have workers, you have drones, and then you have the queen.
Yeah.
The drones only did just drinking honey. They ain't do nothing else. Drinking honey and to have sex with the queen to make children. They doing nothing else. You don't need drones. You need some workers.
Yeah, man.
You need a queen. And probably she's the queen bee. Yes.
To drink the royal honey.
Yes. But you need workers. People who are prepared to go out there and to do the work. People who are prepared, Carl Caton, who's prepared to do so and go to different constituencies and handle things. Carl Caton, who knows that this is coming up.
Yeah.
And this is what he needs to do so as to give his party that bright light. You know, when you don't have to get government people to do this, but that function, if you had invited members of the NNP, which you should, or people from the constituency, they can come there wearing their green jersey. Proud. And nobody can say that you're trying to politicize it. No. That is their right.
And the thing have a morality of its own. And in the lack of PR, you know what is happening? You're giving the distractors a platform to spread misinformation. Because they go put another spin on things. So why allow them to put a spin on things when you could
control the narrative, but you don't want to control the narrative. I know we're gonna get into a lot of problems for this, but that's okay. I am accustomed getting into problems. I don't know about you.
The ends justify the means, you know, Drew.
Yeah, I'm accustomed to getting into problems. There's one thing I want to speak about. Yeah, but I'm going to play you something, and then I want you to comment.
Let's get tough on breeder larceny. It will destroy our economy. Larceny threatens our food security. Can hurt us locally, hurt us globally. To all the buyers, ask for license from all produce sellers. To all the people, 300 for police for them thieving fellas. To all the farmers, please don't steal produce from your brother. Then you sell it to traffickers, hotels and street vendors. Nah, man. Let's do all we can to stop breeder larceny. New vigilance, new laws, and a tough judiciary. Stop Grenada's organized business crime. It's time.
To report breeder larceny, call 300.
Breeder larceny is single-handedly the biggest and most dangerous thing towards farming and agriculture in this country.
Stop.
Yeah.
You're correct. That is not where I want you to comment. What I want you to comment on.
You want me to comment on the song?
Mm-hmm.
The song is a good song.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
And it calls out pretty other things, right? Name organized crime.
I agree. The first time I heard that, I listened to it. I'm like, okay. And then I listened to it again, and I'm like, okay. Intentions in relation to this, beautiful. Yeah. The intention is correct.
On point.
On point. Breeder larceny is not a glad thing.
No.
Breeder larceny is not a happy thing.
No.
That is happy and glad music for you to dance. You get me?
Yeah.
Breeder larceny is a thing that you have to deal with in a very stern manner. That is happiness.
Like heavy manners.
Exactly. People must be hearing jail door slamming and thing in that. You understand? That does not convey it conveys a message, yes, but it does not convey the seriousness of the crime.
Of the situation.
And I'm only commenting on this because it is something that The private sector, when you comment on the things, they want to kill you. But I'm just saying here to the government, yo, you did this and fine. Somebody would have made a pretty penny producing this. The important thing here, the message, yeah, but the sternness is missing from that message.
If you understand this thing in the Grenadian context, once people tend to say, okay, though it's not the messenger, it's the message. But in the Grenadian context, the messenger has a lot to do with the message.
Of course. Andrew Donald and Carl Kitten have said that. Yeah. That is what is going on there. Yeah. Andrew Donald and Carl Kitten, you know.
Yeah.
That's what it is. So I just think that I compliment them on the fact that they took the initiative.
Let's say they're trying.
They took the initiative to bring something out. However, that message should have been a very stern message.
I remember music alters the state of mind.
Yes. It makes it look like that is a happy thing to do. Pretty lasting is a happy thing. No. It's not. You should get in mind the roughest voice they belonging to the RGPF where you do so and read out something in relation to pretty lasting.
Vex.
Yes. And you know that is not a joke thing. Good morning.
Yes, Andre. On that particular topic there, if they could have used one of the theater companies like Robert White and them to dramatize or create, make an impact. I totally agree with you. The music is not stern enough. It's not,
When you're dealing with things like Pretty Elastic and COVID, Regine, you have to deal real stern and real, you have to do something and stick, throughout.
The voices have to be commanding.
Yeah, it had to be something that draws your attention and brings you and pull you up and know, hey, I'm doing wrong. When you do something, man dancing with that and thing, thief dancing and cut your blogger.
The intention is good.
The intention is good, but the thief dancing and go with the yam, that ain't good at all.
Spencer and Bulldog.
Yeah, you steady. Bye. Take care. All right, good. It's real. It's 91.9, 91.5, www.drealfmgrenada.com. Into what is our final 5 minutes. Andrew Donald and Carl Cason on the extension for today, Friday. We've got lovely cricket. We should be joining commentators around about 5 minutes to the 11 o'clock hour. And
to say Carl Squaddy, one stone, Keaton.
All that name you have?
Yes.
Well, give us a middle name now. If you have all them middle names, Regine, you need to do so and give Boston a middle name. Yeah, that'd be good. That'd be good. All right. So again, I take the opportunity now to give you here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do it different this way. I'm gonna speak first, and you're gonna speak last. You're gonna have the final WRD. I thank every single one of you for listening. I thank all those who commented, be it personal and otherwise. I thank you so very much. Maxwin Belfont went crazy. He went viral in terms of comments this morning. He had a lot of comments, Carl. So I thank him. Listen, I'm reading his thing then. Maxine, you need to do something. Give me a copy of your dictionary. I can't really understand what you're doing. But, so thanks to all those based on mainland, Karakou, Martinique too. Those listening in the diaspora, J1 FM, and whatever the means you're listening on. I thank you so very much for giving us the opportunity to be here with you again for yet another Friday morning. Looking forward to next Friday. What will we be discussing? I have absolutely no idea. We roll and go with the flow. Carl?
Yeah, Dre. Same thing. I want to echo the sentiments of the listeners and who comment and so forth. Thanks for at least you give us the input also carry on what we're doing. Sometimes you do something and then you don't feel it, but you're feeling people, because in my daily travels, Dre, persons meet me and speak about it. And to big up RED, man. RED say always on the program, always listen to me, I don't call any name. RED. thing. So we look forward to you joining us next Friday. As we start to do, as Dre say, we don't script, we don't do nothing. We just come here and off the cuff we let it flow. So have a blessed weekend, everyone. Andrea, your team go do well in the thing. What is your projection again? Another close one? Another hard stopping one again?
Nah.
You go win down easy?
Easier this time.
But
all the strength goes to Seals.
Okay. Now, a fine prospect. However, he had a disciplinary thing level 1. He sent off a man there and the match referee had to speak to him. So he kind of temper his aggression. Like when a man out based on what he said, they say he give him a send off, but he was not within the spirit of the thing.
That is good.
He might use
that is good. That is good.
Yeah, but points and in corners, so he might be suspended.
No. That is good. You know why that is good?
Why?
He reminds me of a guy called Andy Roberts and a guy called Colin Croft, and it means that the fire is still burning within the belly of the West Indian cricket team, and the bowlers send them off. Get suspended, no problem. But send them off. Let them know, yo, Michael Holden.
We in this thing.
Michael Holden, Andy Roberts, Colin Croft, Jeffrey Stallmeyer, Wes Hall. They are back through you, says. They're back.
Let them know we're in the contest.
Let them know we're in it.
I say we have to prepare.
Now more than ever, Flow is working hard to keep you connected to the things that matter most. Your family, your work,